Mr. Bing, what is this true? What I'm hearing, bro? Is this true? What I heard, brother? It works a little better when you unmute your mic, bro. It just works a little bit better. Come on, shout out to Jonathan Bing.
Amateurs, man. That's amateur hour. That was definitely amateur hour, man. Go ahead. Hey, what's up? You got me on that one, Jerry.
Hey. Shout out to Jonathan Bing. Hey, Jonathan, I got to say this, man. We had an amazing show Friday. It was freaking amazing. I was getting calls, texts afterwards. They was like, everything was just super dope about it. So shout out to everybody. And then we had a little after party also. So shout out to all the people who's part of that also. So Jonathan, do me a favor, man. Before we get started, just put me in. Is it true that Brian Benstock actually tried to challenge you with some knowledge?
Yeah, Benstock comes with that fake knowledge, that unreal knowledge, man. You know how he does it. And so, yeah, man, 5G's coming to D's way. Right,
Is Brian Benstock here? Because is he ready for it? Mr. Benstock, are you here?
Nah, he's not here. He been talking all over the tracks. He been acting like Diddy right now, talking all over the tracks right now.
It says I got here.
No, Yehuda. We want you to know, Yehuda. We're about to get started. We want you here, man. We about to talk to you, man. Don't go nowhere. We're starting the show. Definitely want that guys. First of all, give a shout out to Yehuda, man, coming all the way from Canada with that smoke, man. I thought only thing they had was maple. I thought they had maple syrup and a horrible ass national anthem, but Yehuda, you proved us wrong, man.
Thank you,
hey,
sir.
Yeah, you know what? Yehuda, after I talked to you a little bit the other day, I realized you're not so bad after all, bro. You're an acquired.
I recognize your voice.
You're an acquired taste. You're not so bad after all, brother. So shout out to everybody that's in the building, like I said, and something I did Friday, I'm gonna try to replicate it today. I'm gonna ask y'all to please help me and make me look good because Jonathan gave me an extension of my contract because of Friday. So I may make it through the week next week if y'all do this for me. When I call on y'all in the audience, especially people who hasn't been speaking, please jump in the conversation. I'm going to be going through the chat, so make sure you guys are locked and loaded and ready. Even if you just want to make a statement, just anything. I just need more people to jump in. So, Mr. Bing, who's our Dateline guy right now? Who we going to? The first person?
You know what? I'm going to go eeny, meeny, miny, Mo.
Dude.
Mo's here?
We're going to go with Skald. Skald, let's do it, man.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Debate the News.
Let me cue you in, Skald. I got to cue. I can make it dope for you.
Oh, yeah?
I'm going to do a 3 countdown, and we're going to make this epic, okay?
Okay.
Because Jonathan, he kind of watered you down, bro. We got to put some respect on your name. so we're going to count down backwards 3, and we're going to make this epic. Are you ready, my brother?
I'm ready.
So 3, 2, and 1. Go, bro.
Good.
You're supposed to go.
Yeah, he accepted the co-host, and he's muted right now.
All right, bro. Wait, hold on, man. These amateurs, bro. Hey, you know what? Hey, guys, I got an announcement. Next week, I'm going to give another class on how to be a moderator. Are you ready, Skald?
I'm ready.
3, 2, go.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Debate the News. Skald here with the Dateline, coming hard for the liberal team, as you guys know us. So here on March 2nd, actually 2025, we've got a lot of news happening. We had a disastrous meeting at the White House on Friday with President Zelensky, and the free world, which may no longer include America, which makes me very sad, is reeling from this. Zelensky is over there in Europe right now. He has met with 14 different world leaders, and the King of England met with him in Buckingham Palace, and he did not ask him why Zelensky was not wearing a suit. Amazing. The literal King of England, folks. Anyway, Secretary of Defense Peter Hesketh deployed 3,000 troops as well as striker brigades along the southern border, adding to the 9,200 already stationed there. 2 million federal workers have once again been bombarded with requests from Elon Musk asking what they did this week. A federal judge has ruled that Trump cannot fire the head of the Office of Special Counsel, and that is likely to be appealed to the Supreme Court. But for now, Trump has been stopped, and the special counsel does not have to answer to the president. They can investigate anything they choose. Finally, a Norwegian fuel company has said they will no longer provide fuel to American ships, including American military ships. That's right. Norway's right on the border with Russia. They don't want to have Russian sympathizers taking their fuel, and we are now Russian sympathizers. Lastly, something very close to my heart, GSA eliminated 18F tech department. This is sort of a deep tech department in the United States government. You could see on GitHub as they were updating websites live, the elimination of this unified team is a devastating loss to the American government and all branches of the United States government. And I land.
Okay, shout out to our man Skald for the incredible. It was a little bumpy in the beginning, but hey, bro, you did good. So let's give him a special shout out, everybody. Put a one in the chat if y'all rock with him. Give him a quick little cheer. Give him a quick little cheer. There we go. There we go. Mr. Bing, do we have anybody that will gladly bring him a little smoke on that? Do we have
Yeah, I think we can go with let's see. Your boy Andrew, is Andrew here? Andrew may have something for us. I haven't
Andrew's
spoken to
here?
him. Andrew's in the
Andrew.
audience.
Andrew?
Andrew going once.
He's supposed to be ready. Forgive us, debate the news. I got
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
look,
got.
Um,
guys, I'm here, but I've had my girls all weekend long. I have, I'm a little bit
Andrew,
out of the circle,
I
so
need you to.
I learned more from Skald's Dateline than anything else. So I would
y'all got to
pick
leave
someone
out of
else
here,
for
please.
today.
And this guy get turned off because it's making noise.
So
Sorry about
so
that, my daughter.
Andrew,
Yeah, what you
Andrew,
got? What you got?
I need you to give me a Dateline Andrew version, okay? Are you ready, bro?
No, bro, that's what I'm saying. I'm not.
No, Andrew, bro, you are on the spotlight right now.
Oh
You
my
have
god!
bro, you have to debate the news is counting on you, brother. If you
Yeah,
don't, I'm
yeah.
gonna call the
No,
police.
you know,
Come on, Andrew, you got to, brother. You have no choice. Give us your debate the news Russia edition and the U.S. edition.
All right. I'll do my
There you
best.
go, Jonathan. I got this. Are you ready, Andrew?
All right,
All right, hold on.
here we go.
I'm gonna count you down from three. All right, and you know I rock with you, so I need you to crush what Skald just did. You ready? Three,
Let's go.
2, 1. Get busy, bro.
All right, good evening, everyone. It's Andrew Turner with the Dateline for the right. So, in the news, we do have 14 foreign countries meeting with Zelensky. All right, that is true. That has happened. But what will come of that? I think it's still nobody holds the cards like America does. Okay, they can all show their support all they want, but I think in the end, it's going to be America that has to step up to the table that's got to get this deal done. They aren't. All these other countries have not been interested in putting in their own uh, money into NATO to fund their own defense, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. So that deal is going to come back to America as I see it, and we will get it done. And I think it's going to look even different than what it was set originally. So stay tuned this week because it's going to happen sooner than later. Um, and I don't really know much other than that. I'll be honest with you.
Shout out to Andrew. Hey, bro. You know what? Is that better, Mr. Bing? Shout out to Andrew. Is that any better? Shout out to
I'll
Andrew.
find out. I'll find out.
Oh well,
Just turn it down some, but I'll find out.
okay. I got you. Hey, Andrew. We appreciate y'all. Hey, give Andrew some love in the chat because he got his babies with him. He wasn't ready, so shout out to Andrew, Mr. Jonathan Bing. I
No,
want
I
to
want
let.
to, I want to say, yeah. First of all, Andrew, shout out, man, because you weren't ready and you took up and you came up to the plate and you did it, bro. And no one expected to call on you. I know that you're very right wing, and and so we called on you, and you absolutely, Jerry. I got the thumbs up for you, Jerry. I got the thumbs up for you. So absolutely, Andrew. So shout out to you, man. Like, where is he at? Let me make sure this man is co-hosted, man, because he came up. He didn't whine. He didn't moan.
I
He
wouldn't
just
do all that. I wouldn't do all that. We don't rock with him like that. He's on probation. I didn't forget what he did to me 3 weeks ago.
what do you?
No, I actually like Andrew. Andrew's my buddy now.
I'm
We
trying to
we
find Andrew right there. He is. But yeah,
we
absolutely.
partners.
But here's the thing. Jay Breska's here, right? Jay Breska hit us with some news from Israel. Jay, are you here, Jay? Jay Breska going twice.
Yes. Sorry about that.
Yeah. So what's going on? What's coming on? What's happening over in Israel right now?
It wasn't. It's not Israel, John. It's in New York State. They're about to
Okay.
pass a law. If you wave a Hamas flag or some kind of terrorist flag, you could do 4 years in prison.
Oh wow.
Really?
Yep.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't
Good.
like that. And you know I'm pro-Israel all the way around. You know, hell, my life got threatened. They threatened my life over Israel. Me being so pro-Israel. You know, I had a whole bunch of people coming after me, and right now to this day, if you Google my name, you hear all kinds of horrible things about me, and because I'm so pro-Israel. But I'm not for something like that because I don't care. I think that I don't care who you are. If you're the Klansman, I don't care who you are. You have a right. I think you have a right to put your perspective out there.
Oh hell no, I disagree with
No,
that.
no, Jerry, I'm with that 100%, Jerry. I'm with
Wow,
that
I can't believe
100%.
I agree with you on that, Jonathan. I actually
What'd you
agree. I
say?
fucking hate Hamas, but I
Yep.
agree with their right to protest. That's
Exactly.
fucking crazy.
That's 100%, Jerry. So, because if you start limiting their right to protest, they start to limit your right to protest. So, I think everyone's right to protest should be protected. So, I look. You
Can I get
can
a different opinion here, Jonathan?
go ahead. Go ahead.
So sorry, I have to disagree. So it's
Let's
not
do
about
it.
your right to protest. If you want to say I don't like the state of Israel, that's your business. I don't like America, it's your business. But when you provide what's called material support, now Tira taught me about material support. If you're saying and waving a flag of a terrorist group that the United States of America has said is an actual terrorist group, you can't go waving Al Qaeda flags and saying, yeah, Al Qaeda, great. They're killing Americans. You don't get to do that. These are the laws. You don't like them, I get it. But it's not a freedom of speech issue. If you want to say America shouldn't be in Iraq or Afghanistan or blah, 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 that's your right. But when you provide material support, I'm going to side with Jerry on this one. You cannot provide material support to a terror organization bent on cutting off your head. And if you do, you're going to get prosecuted. That's my stand.
No, I mean, I
Jonathan,
listen.
Jonathan,
I agree with that with material
Go, Jay.
support.
Go, Jay.
I was just gonna say I pinned the link in the chat.
Okay. Yeah, I got Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to protest. It's entirely different to provide material support. If you
Exactly.
want,
That's something totally different.
yeah, that's something totally different. So I agree with you on that point, Yehuda. But when we're talking about protesting, I mean that's a sacred American right.
Yeah.
So if there was a flag that someone said kill the blacks, lynch the blacks, they waved it around. That's a call to incitement. It's called the
Thank you,
violence. That's
No, no,
thank
illegal.
you.
no.
Period.
No, wait. If it says if they're inciting, that's something totally different. Okay,
Again, yes, that's true. Yeah.
we're talking about flags. We're not talking about incite. People creating customized messages that was created to incite. We're speaking about flags. That's totally different. So I 100% am in full support of a believe it or not, a right to protest. I don't care, guys. I don't care if there's Klansmen marching down my street. You know, if they put a petition out that allowed them to do it, I'm gonna sign to allow them to do it. That's just me because I don't think
I'm
that
pulling
a
out my
right to
long
protest
gun.
should be federal in any way. I'm sorry. Okay,
But
that
Jonathan,
because
I agree with you.
if we stop, if we stop their protests, then for protesting, what if I have a cause that's opposite of theirs and I want to protest it, and
No,
now
I'll tell
they
you.
get to stop?
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why that doesn't make sense. Because the difference is this: you could have a cause that believes in what believes what you believe. The difference is the other side. In this case, the one that Jerry pointed out, their cause is to murder you. They're not saying we disagree with you. We're not happy with you. They're saying we believe that you are inferior and we will murder you. And the Hamas flag. And if you don't know what Hamas is a Muslim Brotherhood organization that believes, as a Jewish person, I find it very offensive, that they will murder all the Jews on the planet. I don't. We're not obliged to give people whose goal is to murder another race of people free time. So that's the difference. You see what I mean?
Yeah, no, I
And John,
don't. Okay.
Jonathan, let me just say this real quick. Hamas, not only do they want to eliminate all the Jews, you know who's next on that list after they accomplish that? The
America.
Catholics. The
Oh,
Catholics is the next on that list. So everybody, I listen, Jonathan. I respectfully disagree with you. I think symbols of hate need to be put aside.
I'll point out in modern day today in Germany, it's illegal to wear a swastika on your shirt. You go to jail for that. So some countries do make laws against this kind of stuff. So I yield.
Okay,
Well,
but
let me just jump in really quick, Jonathan, because I just want to make a real quick point. We just seen a demonstration of a group of individuals waving the Nazi flag out of Cincinnati, Ohio, and they were protected by the police. What are y'all talking about, right? What are y'all talking about? The Klan, Nazis, people who want to demonstrate this symbolism are allowed to demonstrate that here in the United States. So what are
Of
you
course.
absolutely talking about?
I said it
He's
today
talking
in
about the government.
Germany. I said today in Germany, you cannot wear Nazi memorabilia. I happen to agree with Jonathan Bing. If you want to march around as a Nazi and be, and you have to be allowed to make a moron of yourself. You have to let people protest and whatever they're protesting, you have to allow them to do it, especially if they have a right. They have a right if they have a permit and they're doing it legally. With this local government. You have a right. I want to see a racist on the street telling Spanish people suck and colored people go back. And you have to give people the right to make themselves look like a dick and a moron, because that's how you eliminate it. You can't put it in a box. You can't hide it. You have to let it get exposed, because then we all can laugh at it. I yield the mic.
Okay.
yeah,
I see that as a. I was about to interrupt you, man, and be like, no, I don't. That's BS. But no, the way you ended it, I get it. Like, yeah, they're a bunch of idiots. But if you're protesting something that either the symbol represents, you know, murder or just violence, like, no, squash that. But I get it. Like the KKK, yeah, let them look like a bunch of idiots. But
Hey
I would
Taylor,
prefer. Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Jonathan Taylor, I'm back to you after this. Jonathan told me if I don't have anything nice to say, don't say nothing. So I'm gonna stay mute. But go ahead,
no, you
Taylor,
get
because I really want to say
get
something.
off cue on mute, bro. Do you?
Yeah,
No,
go
no,
ahead, man. No, I was just gonna say I didn't know where you were going with that earlier. I forget who was talking right before me. My mind just went blank. But no, at first I was like, I thought you were saying let them protest. I was like, hell no, don't let those guys need to be.
I agree
You
with
know,
Yehuda. I agree with Yehuda on this one because it's one thing to it's like, well, let me put it like this. You ain't gonna see no black people be allowed to walk down the street with some flags talking about F all the white, like the way they're like the young lady. I don't know who it was, but I believe it was a lady that said they're already doing it. If you reverse it, they couldn't do it, and that's just a fact. That's just a
But here's
fact.
the thing: Black Lives Matter did march down the street, Jerry.
No, no, Jonathan, but they weren't inciting F white people, F blah blah blah. They weren't talking about like
Okay, I get that,
the
but
Ku Klux
what I'm
Klan
saying
is
is,
the Ku
okay, the
Klux
Ku
Klan is
Klux
about
Klans, wait,
hate.
the Ku Klux Klans get permits to rally all the time, Jerry.
Why they don't come to California with that bullshit?
Okay, wait. The Black Panthers got permits to rally. They've done that.
And
Okay,
they got killed. They murdered them.
no,
They murdered the
no,
leaders. This other guy
So,
gets celebrated by the White House.
no, Jerry, they didn't get killed like at the
Oh,
rallies.
they
so
didn't.
Jonathan, can I ask you a question respectfully?
Yes,
So,
sir. Go ahead.
are you a free speech absolutist? That
Am I
just
what?
any a
Am
free
I free
speech?
speech absolutist? I think there's some limits to free speech. I think you can't use you can't incite. You can't go in a theater. That old adage, don't go in a movie. You can't do that where it harms actually harms others. But protesting, if someone wants to protest, then you protest. Now I'm not for blocking highways and all that bullshit. I'm not for any of that. The airports. I'm like, yo, well,
That was a great question, Jay. I think he answered it somewhere in there. But Jay, that
I did
was
answer it. I did
I know.
answer it.
Jay. Let Jay go ahead and cook, Jay. Jay, I know where you was going with that. Go ahead.
Listen, and I'm not looking for any smoke with Jonathan because I got the flu. But I'll say this: I'm being honest, bro. It sounds kind of hypocritical. It's good for some, but not for all. If you're a free
Okay,
speech absolute, if you're a free speech absolutist, then just everybody gets to say what they want.
they do, and but that does not say your speech doesn't come without consequences.
But
Okay,
Jonathan,
so
those flags are symbols of hate, bro. You
yeah,
know what it means to the Jewish people? It's a symbol of hate. Just like listen, let's keep it real, bro. When you go
Kanye
to
walks around with a swastika. I think he's an asshole.
Kanye's a
I think
mentally
he's an
ill moron.
asshole.
But let me say this: how many times down south have you seen people driving out with Confederate flags? That's disrespectful. They shouldn't be allowed to do that. It's a symbol of
No,
hate.
it is a symbol of hate. Well, like I said, free speech comes with consequences.
Whoa,
Now you can look,
Confederate
guys.
flag is not a symbol of hate. Let's
Okay,
be
let me let me just say something. Free speech comes with what you call it. You call someone a cabron or whatever in Spanish, and they knock you the hell out. Then that happened. You knew you shouldn't have called on a cabron. You know, or what do you call those men that like to watch? What do they call them? Come on, guys. The men that watch their wives.
Cooks.
a
Yeah,
cook,
yeah. What's it called again?
a
Cook.
cook.
Cuckolds. Okay, if someone calls you a cuckle and you get knocked out, you had a right to call him cuckle. Okay, but the consequence was he got knocked out. It's similar to the N word. Did someone call someone and they get slapped or whatever? That was the consequences, and whatever happens. So I'm not saying there shouldn't be there's not consequences as a result of your free speech, but to stop someone from showing their ignorance or whatever, I think once we start putting governors on our Constitution, and especially our Bill of Rights, then we lose control and we no longer
I'm
be
gonna
the.
agree
Hey,
with.
John, let me ask you a question.
Yes,
Because look, I know my opinion. As a black man in America, you don't think the Confederate flag is offensive?
I don't think do I think it's offensive. Yeah, I do. I do.
What made you say that, Jay? Hold up, Jonathan. What made you say that, Jay?
Because somebody came off mic before and said the
Oh,
Confederate
I'm
flag
glad
is
you.
Andrew,
not.
I'm
it's
glad,
Andrew.
Jonathan.
Yeah, that was me.
You messed up my setup, Jonathan. God, Andrew, he messed up my setup.
You
Hey,
know
Jay.
what? I'm gonna bite on that. I'm gonna bite on that, Jerry. I actually don't. Being that I'm in the South now, I don't necessarily see the Confederate flag as a symbol of hate. I do understand that it represents, for some people, Southern pride. However, it's a treasonous flag, and it should have never been allowed to fly after the Civil War, when the South attempted to secede from the Union and almost divided our country. So that is the real problem. But
How
yet,
about?
all of you will come in here like Andrew and defend that we still fly the Confederate flag. And that's just a bunch of hypocritical
Whoa,
bullshit.
So
Vashon,
Love
don't
you,
put
my
words in
boy.
my
You
mouth.
know
One
you're my
second,
boy, Andrew, though.
Whoa,
one second,
don't put words
Vashon.
in my
One
mouth.
second,
All
one
I
second,
said is it's not a symbol of hate.
Andrew. All right, look. So there's farmers. This is gonna sound corny, but there's farmers that got red rags and blue. They actually got them rags. But then there's some people, some gang members, where there's an intention behind it. So what about the intention behind the people that got the Confederate flag, Mister Andrew? Their intention, their words, their vibe. What does it mean to
Oh
them?
man,
You know what I'm
I
talking about,
can't
Andrew?
speak for them. I think look, look since I've been listen,
Yeah, that
you
that
got
part.
you got
Crickets.
people who hate people on every side. Okay, you got
Is that a whataboutism, Jonathan? Is that a
no,
whataboutism?
no. Look, okay, so Black Lives Matter. Okay,
Oh,
that
hey,
listen, hold on.
let's play a
No,
game for one
he's
second.
cooking.
Just
He's cooking.
just
He's
just.
cooking.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'll go there. I don't mind.
I'm the one that warmed him up. I'm the one that turned the motherfucking oven on, Jonathan. Go
Give
ahead,
him time to
Andrew.
think
Go
about it,
ahead.
Jerry. You give him time to think
Go ahead,
about it.
Andrew. I'm messing with you. Go ahead,
No,
Andrew.
no, no. I just the whole Black Lives Matter thing is like for someone to come back and say, well, of course they do matter, and so do all lives. Then that was branded. That was like there are some black people who have like a real hatred toward white people, and so to me, the Black Lives Matter like logo thing feels offensive. Uh, you know, but I mean that's their right to fly it and say it,
Can I
even
ask you a
if
question? Can I
even
ask you a
if
question about that? One
even if
second.
some of the people who
Andrew,
support
Andrew,
it
Andrew. I'm
don't
just
feel that way.
Andrew. I'm building with you. I'm building with you, bro.
Yeah, what you got?
It's not smoke. It's a good conversation for DTN. So, the Black Lives Matter. Before we found out about whatever wrong with the money, do you know what made them come with the Black Lives Matter? And I guess that was offensive. It felt offensive to you. Do you know why they came with that? Do you think? What do you think the reason was? They was just like they just want to march one day and say Black Lives Matter. Ungawa black. Like, what did you think? What was the reason?
Well, I mean, it's
It
a
was
total
I think it
scam.
was a guy who got it was the I can't breathe situation, wasn't it?
So let me ask you a question. Honest question. So
Like I can't listen.
who's laughing
Don't
about that? Andrew's
reject it.
laughing about that. Andrew's
Yeah,
laughing.
Jonathan.
I did because he's like the guy with the I can't breathe
See,
situation.
it's funny. It's funny, but listen. So it
I'm,
was
I'm
put.
not trying to be funny, by the
No,
way.
no, no. But listen, it was put together because it seemed like it was an attack on black folk, and then when the people killed them, they just got let out of jail. They got innocent. So I mean, they got they didn't get convicted, not even of a damn misdemeanor. So I think it was like a movement. It was a movement to like, look, guys, we're getting slaughtered, so Black Lives Matter. So if it was in that
Yeah,
context,
can
is
I
it still
say
I
offensive
something?
to
understand
Why
you?
that.
didn't she
Is
have
that
this
still
debate
offensive to
down
you if it
here?
was based on that?
Yeah, can I
No,
say
no.
something at
I
all?
think is what it ended up growing into. Like I understood it when it started out, and I was like, okay, whatever.
Kind
But
kind of like what MAGA turned into.
no, I think that is something different. I mean, MAGA is truly an organic movement. I mean, ground up from the silent majority.
Okay. There was somebody else that jumped in. Go ahead, bro. Somebody
Oh
else
yeah,
tried to
that's
jump in.
that's me here. Oh, I mean, Black Lives Matter is a total scam set up by George Soros. I mean, everybody knows that. So I'm working on $7 trillion of reparations. You can see me in my picture. It was my fiance's birthday yesterday, and I did run as a
Wait, you
president.
said your fiance. Happy birthday to your fiance.
Oh, love it. So say hi, Jonathan.
That
Say
first of all, that was Jerry that gave her a happy
say
birthday, and
hi,
you
say
just
hi,
bypassed
Uncle.
me for Jonathan. Can you happy?
I know, but say hi to Uncle G. Grant Cardone is a billionaire too. Say hi to
Damn,
him.
he just did. Hey, debate news. Y'all see that? Debate the
Yeah,
news. Do y'all see that?
yeah. I
Either
know.
way,
Say hi to
e-
Uncle G because
either
you know
way,
what?
either way.
Really,
Happy
you should
birthday
have
to your beautiful.
Grant should talk to us, man, because we're like Grant and Elena Cardone, just not known as
What
much
the
as them.
fuck?
Yeah, we are. Look at us. Come on,
Go
man.
ahead, bro.
Come on
What
now.
the hell?
It's okay.
And we're working on $7 trillion of reparations. I ran for president of the United States of America. You know, I have good and bad about me. I've been on here for a long time.
What's your favorite strain, bro?
What's that?
Not. Never mind. Hey, welcome to Debate the News, brother. Once again,
God
everybody, I want
bless.
y'all to remember one thing.
God bless. God bless.
I want you to remember one thing. This is a
Who's
podcast,
more of an
so keep
alpha
that in
male,
mind, everybody. And
Jonathan
shout
or
out, shout
Elvis?
out to all the people on other platforms. And if you're in another platform right now, come on and jump over here to VIP next to me and Mr. Jonathan B. Appreciate y'all. Back to you, Mr. Jonathan B.
No, man, listen to me, guys. No, this has been an interesting conversation. Like, listen to me, guys. Because I do want to get to our topic, but I do believe that free speech is essential. Once you start governing speech, especially right now, given what's happening in this administration, we need freedom of speech. We can't have anyone's muzzled. So I'm not going to speak against free speech at all, because anything that's given up right now will be used against the population as a whole. So I feel so. No, I'm not for New York State doing that. It's a blue state. I think it's unconstitutional. I think there'll be Supreme Court challenges, just like it was with their gun law. Okay, so I think, I think they're going to lose that challenge. So I just want to put that out there, Jerry. I don't want people to think that it's free speech, and when we talk about free speech, that it's if maybe no, it's a must. Okay, but that doesn't mean it doesn't come without consequences. I will end with that.
I
So
appreciate.
let me jump in for a second.
Go ahead, Rochelle. How you? How,
Because it
how are
kind
you?
of, I'm doing good.
How's your weekend?
It's been good. It's been good. It's been good. So sorry,
Great.
I'm just jumping in. Finally, I've been
Okay.
doing some things, but Andrew, I love you a long time, like you say to me. Black Lives Matter. The genesis was Michael Brown, who was murdered in St. Louis. That is how it magnified, and it was Black women starting a movement because Black men were being murdered by law enforcement. Now, George Floyd magnified it. The marches in all 50 states and in 23 countries, they were at the forefront and joined by other entities. What happened when they started getting all this money and misused the money? That's something that was negative as a result of it. But understand, Black Lives Matter was good. It was very helpful in the genesis of why it was created. I just need to correct you since you seem to not even understand or know where it came from. I
Thank
land.
you. Thank you for that, Rachel. Would you
And
like to
and and a
respond?
move.
And a movement is different from one entity that end up starting that company, and misuse the funds. So the movement was Black
Exactly.
Lives Matters before a company decided to make shirts and start a company and misuse funds as individuals.
Okay, Andrew, would you like to respond to those two people?
Yeah, I mean that's fine. The message and the reason why it was started, I'm for it. If and I've listen, I have had many conversations with a lot of black people, straight up about how much racism that is said to still be out there. That I don't personally see it, right? But I don't get
wait,
out much,
wait.
y'all. I'm a dad, and I just don't get
Let's
out much.
part. Let's unpack that for a second. Let's unpack that for a second. You said you don't personally see it. Well, how do you think you would see it though? Like, what would you do? See it on TV? Like, what do you think you would do? Just what makes you say?
Exactly. I mean, and that's what I say to y'all. Like, what exactly are you expecting me to see? That I'm like, oh, that's racism. I just don't see it. I live in Birmingham. Our mayor is black. Most of the folks who run the town and city are black. Like, I just, we have black cops, we have white cops. We don't have those kind of problems here like that. And so I think there's a lot that can be done to help like inner city like schools and stuff like that, in like some of these neighborhoods where uh, I mean they're predominantly black and just but there's no fathers there. They're riddled with drugs. There are actual gangs and stuff like that around, and
Okay.
I would love to help out, but I don't know. But those are them destroying their own communities, and I don't see white people at hand doing that.
Let,
Okay.
let me let me
Wait,
say
I
wait,
mean,
this.
they're
Let me say
wait,
let,
He was
and
waiting
it's
him
not
to
like
wait.
most of the white
Rachel,
people are in there like
Rachel,
telling black people to kill each
Rachel. One
other.
second. Hey, Rachel. Wait, Rachel.
Now
Do
you gotta
you?
let Andrew talk when Andrew talk.
yeah.
Jerry, go ahead.
No, but I need Rachel to comment on what he just said. She said
Yeah.
So
he said.
it's ludicrous what he's saying and stuff. I mean, we just need to go look at what's going on with opiates and opiate addiction. Go to those communities in those neighborhoods since you want to talk.
Where's
But
the
Yeah,
that's
because
but
have you
black
ever
people who
but
are
been
Andrew,
addicted
to
to
have you ever
but
been
opiates.
to
Andrew,
Wow,
hold on,
Kentucky?
please
Makeda,
stop.
Makeda, hold on, I'm talking. Andrew, just so you know,
You're
Jared,
next, Makita.
he's the same one who has said that white people did not start racism, but they ended it, and
Damn
that's
straight.
that's his point. That's his point of
Yeah,
reference.
true.
Okay, one second,
No, no,
everybody.
wait, hold on 1 second. 1 second, then, Jerry. Now, Andrew, what was that statement she said you said? What was it?
White
Let me
people
debate
didn't
this guy
start
and I'll
racism.
destroy
White
him. I'll
people
destroy
ended
his whole
racism.
reality immediately.
I just learned something about Andrew I didn't know existed. Hey, Makita, Makita,
That's my
Makita.
guy. That's my guy.
Wait. Who was trying to talk? Was it Mika
Oh,
or
it's
Mika?
me. It's Kate.
It
Who?
was me, Makita.
Okay. Did
Cause
you
I
want to say
keep
something? Go
signing
ahead.
for chatter every
Yeah, I
time.
just
God
was gonna
damn it! Come
ask
on, man.
if
I
he's
keep
ever
trying
been
to
to.
fucking sign
I'm
in
sorry,
shit,
somebody else
man. Come
talking.
on. What's up, G?
No, 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 meet up, bro. I CH, handle your people. But go ahead. Go ahead, Makita.
So I was just gonna ask if he's ever been to anywhere like Louisville, Kentucky, because there are specific places in the United States similar to Louisville, Kentucky, where as soon as you cross over a specific border, you can tell that it's a systematic control space, and that Black people reside there versus in other places in the country in the particular state. So as soon as you get to a certain point, you understand that this is a Black neighborhood, and it's not necessarily because the Black people are just not taking care of their neighborhood. It's because the buildings are run down, the police department is not funded the right way, and you can find this too in Baltimore, in certain places in Baltimore. You can find this in various states if you travel around the country. This is not something that Black people do to themselves, to ourselves. It's not something we
Okay. All
do.
right.
It's systematic. The
Let-
reason why I'm making this point is because thinking that we are just causing this problem and that it's not something that is being imposed upon us is it's not the right way to think. If you come from the outside and you walk in and you see that the resources are limited, you see that basically everything is put that way for a reason, and the people who live in those spaces don't have a
right.
choice.
Right. Okay. We got you. We got you. Let me say this though. That's confirmation bias. It's not even worth addressing that any much more. So once again, welcome to Debate the News. Is there anybody else? So Jonathan, what's up with your title, bro? Europe, Ukraine versus Russia. Europe and Ukraine rather, versus Russia and the USA. You really think there's some meat right there, bro? Is that something
No,
really?
no, Jerry. This is the first time I think when we talk about Ukraine. First of all, shout out to Zelensky, guys. I'm sorry, Zelensky's a real one. I think the way he handled that meeting at the White House was perfect. I also believe that the fact that he went over to Ukraine, I mean, he went over to Europe, had a meeting with the European leaders, as well the EU leaders, as well as some of the other European leaders, as well as Trudeau flying over. So it's transatlantic plus, the European leaders, and then met with the king. I think he's the goat. He's the goat. He took all of Trump's leverage away, and he was still being, he left with a bag, a big bag, and it's coming out of Russia's frozen assets. And I'm gonna tell you this right here, folks. What he did was, believe it or not, um, he is trying to reel Trump back in because he doesn't want to be a na. Trump knows he was defeated. Okay, and Trump leverage is NATO. Trump leverage is his ally, and United States in the past month or so haven't been very good allies. So I want to make sure that that's out there. So no, I 100% believe. Yeah, we sided with Russia. We sided with Russia on Friday in the Oval Office.
It seemed like it to me. Anybody disagree with that? Is there anybody on stage that disagrees with Jonathan's assessment of that
They better
meeting?
not.
I think you're going to have a hard time finding anyone, Jerry. I mean, even the Republican Speaker of the House has broken from Trump within the last few hours.
Really?
Just a few
Mike
hours
Johnson,
ago.
his MAGA ass has broken.
Yes. A few hours ago, he came out and said that he believes Putin is the enemy and has to be stopped. I mean, I don't know how more of clear of a break from Trump we are going to see. That blew my mind when I saw
That's
that headline.
deep. Jonathan, I didn't know that. That's deep. That's
Yeah.
very deep.
So wait, are you sure Michael Johnson said that? The Speaker of the House.
He said that on CNN this morning.
Yeah, he said it, Jonathan.
Wow. He did.
Wait,
Wow.
hold
Yeah,
on,
I
Jonathan.
was just double checking.
He also said that Zelensky's behavior was unacceptable in the Oval Office.
So he's trying to have it all ways. Okay, he's trying to appease Trump. Mike Johnson's a punks.
But that's
So yeah,
subject. That his behavior. That's subjective as far as
yeah.
Zelensky's behavior because he looked like he was.
Anyone with that common name are punkish anyway. So let's keep it moving. Absolutely, guys. Michael Johnson. I thought he had some balls about him, but obviously he stayed true to his name. Common. Let's go.
Jonathan, did you hear that the Russian television crew was present in the White House as this thing was going on and was televising it live, beaming it live into Russia? And when they were finally discovered, White House issued a statement that they didn't know that they were there. They didn't know how they came in or who invited them,
Who's that
but
now?
they were ushered out afterward. The
Russian,
Russian
Russian
television
media.
crew, Russian media was present in the White House during the meeting and was televising the meeting live into Russia. First time
Wow,
it ever happened in over.
guys,
Yep.
that's our ally. Our vodka is gonna be cheaper. All right, our vodka is gonna be cheaper. Everything else is gonna be more expensive, but our vodka is gonna be cheaper. So no, guys, listen to me. I once again do. I think Trump has teaching the rest of the world how to live without us, how to get by without us. So that's one of the things that I think we have to be aware of, conscious of. You know, it's weird to be. This is the first time we've been on the Russia side, and we've been aligned probably since the end of World War II. I mean, Russia initially, they weren't with us in World War II. I mean, well, they weren't with the Allied forces. We got in the war rather late, but during World War II, we got in it late after we were attacked by Pearl Harbor. But this is our first time that we're truly aligned with them.
Why do you think that is, Jonathan? Because you're right. Every president before. Nobody rocked with Putin the way Trump does. It's like they homies.
Trump said something that's very disturbing. He said what they put us through with the Russian hoax. He saw Putin. He aligned himself with Putin. He goes, what they put us through with
Us.
all the Russian investigation. They put us, him and Putin. He made him and Putin, like this. He said, what they put us through. He spoke as if him and Putin were friends. He's like, nah, they put us through a lot. Come on, that's crazy.
Is there any Trump supporters in the room tonight? Is Andrew still here? Is anybody? Because it's oh wow.
Jonathan and, Jonathan and Jerry. I think isn't Trump's wife a Russian? I mean,
No, she's
Is it?
not.
Yeah, I don't know.
She's not. She's I forget what she is, but she's definitely not Russian. What is Yvonne? What is?
Iv-
She's dead.
Ivanka.
No, she's dead, Ivana.
She's Czech. She's from
She's
Czech.
Czech. Yeah, she's Czech.
Was that Dr. Catherine?
It is. Hey,
Where you
Jerry.
where you been? Oh,
Uh,
I'm not supposed to. How are you? I got. How you doing, Dr. Catherine?
how are you doing?
No. No. I got to be professional. I'm not allowed to.
Oh,
I can't do what I used to do. You know when I play term, we can't do that no more, Dr. Catherine.
yeah. I want my walk-up music, please.
We'll okay. But
Okay.
Dr. Catherine,
Mhm.
what do you think about this situation with that went on at the White House? Do you think Trump was just a big boss, or do you think it was like I mean, Dr. Catherine, listen to this, okay? This is someone. Listen to this for a second.
Mm,
Listen to this really quick. Listen,
okay.
listen, listen.
We can't hear it, Jerry.
Yeah, it's pretty low, Jerry,
No, I don't know why you can't. No, it's my
but I can
God.
tell you what I think
Yeah, go ahead.
about. So all most people saw was when J.D. Vance said what he said, and then Trump got all heated, and it started, attacking Zelensky, and it was a lot of bullying. But 40 minutes of conversation was had between these two leaders, and they were quite civil. They were very I'm sorry, they were very respectful, and it looked to me like they were coming to an agreement. And I think that's what was lost is we didn't see as much of the decorum. I was pleasantly surprised that Trump was so respectful, and it just really derailed. And JD got in there, and it was, I think, just they started bullying him.
You
That was
know,
a problem.
people like are they doing it for the gram? It just seems like he was. It just seems like they were just trying to just show out to like make the American people like, oh, we're stern, and to me, it made the Ukrainian president just look kind of like it's like he's by himself and he wasn't backing down. I don't know. I don't know. That's
And I
really.
think JD got up. He looked in the mirror. His mascara looked on fleek. He was like, "Oh, my mascara look good. I need some airtime." And he said something. So that's what I think happened there, Jerry. When you look at it, there was no reason for them to do that. But more importantly, Jerry, what's when we have when we have the United States now being an afterthought in the process, that's pretty sad, bro. It's pretty sad.
Yes. So, anybody else want to hop in? The mic is open. This is your opportunity, especially
But
some.
yeah.
Jerry,
I would,
before we
Go
go
ahead,
ahead.
Ben. No, you go ahead. What
no,
you
I
gonna
was
say?
actually just going to second Dr. Catherine and kind of a little bit of what you just said there, JB, in regards to JD. The entirety of the meeting, the majority of it was actually gone pretty well with Trump. He definitely kept his composure to the majority of that. And I do believe that JD said, F it, this is my chance. I'm not, I throw the Elon thing in there earlier. Elon kind of has been the center of attention, even though JD's the civil guy, the vice president. But nah, he took his moment in spotlight. Definitely went in, and he hey he told Zelensky, "This is what it is, and this is how I feel." But I don't think that Trump, in and of himself, for the majority of the meeting, that majority of people don't know of that took place, like Dr. Catherine brought up, he held his ground for the most part. JD jumped in and Trump said, well, fuck it, let's go. Because what Trump did there wasn't anything new, if we're being honest, right? His reaction, his conversation with Zelensky, that's not nothing new of an interaction that we haven't seen yet. I think the biggest surprise of the day was the interaction between Zelensky, JD, and the reporter gentleman who asked him, who inquired about the suit.
Somebody's gonna test Donald Trump's chin one day. They're gonna call his bluff because that man talks so much unnecessary shit. Sometimes the way he does it, it's not even necessary. It's not even called for. It just looks like so extra. And then the people that loves his bathwater, they act like it's just so I don't know.
Well, there is a story that's out there. It looks like it's true that before meeting Trump, Zelensky met with anti-Trump Democrats who advised him to reject the terms of the mineral deal the president was offering. And this is according to Senator Chris Murphy, who's a Democrat from Connecticut. So, you know, that's pretty outrageous, uh, because this minerals deal would have been great for the United States and for all of Europe and for Ukraine. And so, I mean,
Andrew, 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 do you ever think that it's really something else going on, and they're people just telling us what they want to put out, but it's way more to it. All this stuff we're talking about is way more to it. Do you ever think like that? Like it's
I
way
think
more.
it's absolutely that way. I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean, because we're like, oh, the mineral. It is so many more elements to all of this stuff other than what we think it is. That's just my opinion, though. Like I said, I don't. I
no,
don't go.
I think there's so much more at play. And I think, so I think part of the reason why, Trump and JD were so, um, at Zelensky is because Zelensky wasn't coming there to talk about peace. He was coming there to reject the deal and be like, no, when well, I mean, if it wasn't for the mineral deal, the only other option would be to beef up. It'd be like an arms race, basically, against Russia. Which that's why would we want that? We don't need to send them any more billions of dollars or military aid or equipment. I mean, we need peace. The whole region does, and striking an economic deal where we've got assets on the ground commercially mining these products, obviously back the fuck up, Russia, because you're going to be attacking Americans at that point.
Guys, I hear that. You guys are, I don't know, Andrew. You guys, I wish you guys just learn more about what's going on geopolitics, the world geopolitics, because you guys are just some of the things you're saying is just crazy, guys. First of all, we shouldn't be trying to negotiate a peace deal. We should a summit and let them talk, and us being there, trying to mediate. Okay, it's not our war. It's not our war. It's their war, and I get it. We are supplying supplies and funds. All right, but once again, Ukraine was attacked. They were attacked, and they have a right to defend themselves. All right, this is not something that's unusual for Russia. Putin has done it all over the world. All right, and he will
It's more than
continue to
that.
do it.
I mean, so Mike just put in chat. He's
One
right.
second, Andrew. Andrew, one
Okay,
second.
go ahead.
Okay, yeah, he will continue to do it. All right, he would have continued to do it. Is what he would have done. All right. So when you guys are sitting there trying to make it as if this was something where, you know, had we just allowed him to do it, it would have been over. No, it wouldn't have, bro. This man is power hungry. We got to stop him. Listen to me. If we don't stand up for Ukraine right now, all right. We will be standing because Trump's not going to be. I don't care how Trump's trying to steal more time. He's not going to be in this office past 4 years. I'm sorry. All right. I think that's a breaking point for others. And even if we have to go to war to stop it, they're going to go to war to stop it. All right. So I'll say this right here. All right. We need to think about what our country's going to look like post Trump. Okay. We're not as Americans, we're not used. We don't want an autocratic government. We don't want. We have a democracy. We have a republic. Excuse me, and we don't want this. Like right now,
MAGA's going to lose a lot of its people as time go on because they're going to come and realize like, yo, this shit's not good. This is not what we signed up for. All right, Americans it's starting to happen right now, and this is just like this is not even this is like a little like that. Imagine when it becomes a wave of Americans that voted for him. That's changing. And it will happen because some of these changes that are happening they're not in alignment with American values. People are saying they're American values because they want to continue to support the president. All right, but they're not siding with Russia against an invading nation against. I mean, when Saddam Hussein went into Kuwait, what did we do? We round up the troops and we went in there and we got Iraq out of there. All right, we don't do that. All right, that's what we do. We don't go and say, well, you got you. They got you. No. They got you. You got to figure this out. They want some more oil wells. They want some. Give them oil wells right here. Now we don't do that. Right now in Israel, all right, there's a lot of fighting happening right now in Gaza because they're like, oh, this is all land. This is all land. You can't just take land from people and think people are going to be satisfied with that. All right. So, yeah, Russia right now, Russia's pretty exposed, and it costs us a little bit of money to expose them. They're weak. They can't touch us. They're nowhere near a superpower. The only thing they have is nuclear. They're to me, they're a step above Pakistan. That's what they are right now. They with nuclear weapons because Ukraine was able to defeat them with our surplus and our older shit. So I rather like you guys are sitting here just talking about it. And Ukraine, guys, you know, everyone's like, oh, Ukraine. Now, the United States was pushing for Ukraine to be in NATO. Okay, then what does that mean? That means we're at fault for that. Oh, the United States had bio labs in Ukraine. Putin was right to do that. That guys, that's like saying that we have missiles in Turkey, so he's right to attack Turkey. And then we're like, well, Turkey knew better. They shouldn't let the United States put missiles there. That's for our protection. Everything that happened that they were complaining about, if it was true, but it's not true, all is not true. But if it was true, our country did that for your security and your protections here at home. But now you guys are saying, oh, we shouldn't have done that. What are you talking about? Do you guys know what Putin's doing to us? Hell, Shefdorf, whatever, try to put fucking missiles down in Cuba. That's what they do. We caught them and we called their bluff. Right now, hell, right now they got nuclear boats right outside our perimeter, nuclear submarines right outside our perimeter. Always there. Why? Why do they have? Is that a problem? Is that a propaganda? No, that's what we do. So and that's all I gotta say. I just think that's bullshit. Getting back to that real quick, folks. Thank you for listening to Debate the News. If you guys are enjoying this show, make sure you guys are following us on the podcast up top. There's a link. Hopefully, someone put us up on the other platform. But there's a link up top, guys. Make sure you guys are following. Hey, if you're listening to us on any of the other platforms, hey, come join us live. We do these rooms approximately 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just download the Chatter Social app. You can download that app either on the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. Download it, come right in. That's Chatter Social. So make sure you guys do that as well. Excited to be here. Jerry, before I get back to this, man, let me ask you about your damn ass boy, your damn fool ass boy, because we touched on it a little bit, and I've been waiting to talk about this. Kanye.
Mm.
Why the fuck? I mean, why the hell? And guys, and let me know if anyone's. Why is he walking around with a T-shirt with a big ass swastika on it?
Because of what we're doing right now. That's why. Because
What's
he just
that?
wants people to talk about his dumb ass. That's what he wants. He's just dumb like that, bro. Kanye, dude, look, why did he have his girl in half naked at that thing and just take off her with her skinny, well, with her, yeah, you know what I mean? He just want people to talk about him, bro. I mean, why do you think he's doing it?
I don't know why. I mean, this guy was a billionaire. All right, had a multi-billionaire, and guys,
He's killing his
and
brand.
huh?
He's killing his brand.
He killed his brand. And he had a licensing deal with Adidas, and is billions of dollars, and he lost all that wealth overnight just over this dumb shit. It's crazy because Kanye used to be one of the more brighter guys in that scene, and it just seems like once his mother died, he lost his sense of direction, and but the things that he's saying is I don't know if he could ever come back from it, man. I can't even listen to his music. I'm sorry. I think that the way what he's doing is just reprehensible. Whether it's, you don't have to attack a group of people, bro. Yeah, you don't have to attack a group of people just to try to get your point across. I just think that's crazy as hell. I don't know. Maybe some people, and people are rocking with it. People are like, oh, he's cool, he's crazy. I don't
That's
know.
what's so crazy. Some people are supporting it. That's what's so crazy. I don't know. What do y'all think? Debate the news. Anybody want to jump in on that? Somebody?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. She was very pretty, and it looked good, and I enjoyed seeing her butt naked. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Trump and Putin.
Hey, who
Hey,
the hell
hey,
is
hey,
that?
bro, for that moment, Jonathan was mentioning Kanye. So, with your permission, can we just go to what Jonathan mentioned for a second? The other Jonathan.
Go
Let's go
ahead,
with
sir.
John.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Jerry, this is Luis.
Luis, that wasn't you speaking, was it?
No, hell no.
So,
No.
what's your thought on that, though, bro? What Mr. Bing just said.
You know, Jonathan, in the previous segment, you mentioned that you're a free speech absolutist.
Oh,
No, I
Um,
never.
let him
mhm,
cook. Let him
mhm.
cook. Go ahead, Luis.
So, for us to live in a country and us to have the freedom of expression and freedom of ability, he has all right to express his thoughts, ignorant or otherwise, hateful or otherwise. You see, he's free to say what he wants. He's just not free from the ramifications and the repercussions of what comes from those communities of which he's offending. But we have to hold the same standard that we hold for Donald Trump and the ignorance that he spouts off all the time,
Mm.
and us having the ability to push back against it, right? As people who may not agree. But with that same breath and that same alacrity, I need you to extend that same grace to Kanye. And while I may not agree with him or his revitalization of the swastika, and its original logo meaning peace in the Indian history, but now rephrased and re-represented by the Nazis as a hateful symbol. I don't agree with it, but he has every right and every ability to express himself in the country that represents the very First Amendment that we die on.
Do you think he's
So,
dead? Do you think his brand is like dead? Is he done, Luis, or
no,
is there
no.
Luis? Is there something? I don't want to use the word metaphor, but is there something different? Because you know how people like Kanye's a genius. He's a genius. Do you think there's something there? It's Jonathan. Before you attack, Jonathan. It's possible. Let's see a year, 2 years from now. Luis, what do you think, bro?
Well, if you notice, it's not Kanye putting out the swastika and putting out those speeches. It's Ye, right? He codified another identity to blame those things on, and as
Oh,
disconnected or disjointed as you think my ideology about this is, there's a strategy and a reason behind why he incorporated this name. He trademarked this name to do those specific things under, so he can distance himself and say, Ye was bugging out for putting that out.
so like a different identity,
Thank you.
basically.
Yes, sir.
Jonathan, there may be some meat on what Mister Straight. Jonathan, is it possible, Jonathan?
Yeah, listen to me, man. I never said that he can't wear that shirt. I just said, what the hell? What was he thinking for wearing that shirt? He does have the right to do it. So, not saying he should be arrested or anything like that. So that didn't go against anything that I thought. I just felt that, yeah. For me, there's a lot of things out there that Kanye that has done that I can never ever get away. I'm sorry. He's a nimwit. I'm sorry. He's a I can't. I'm sorry. Everything that he does for the most part. I mean, with that, it's having his woman like that. It's just taking the clothes off. There's just certain things. I mean, he lost the friendship of
It's cool. It's
I mean, if
cool.
the people
It's
that's
cool.
closest to him,
But
Jay
check
Z,
it out.
they're
That's
not as
not.
close to him. Who, Ch, handle that, please. So anyway, once again, um, yeah. So yeah. People,
Jonathan.
people, people are staying away from a reason. Go ahead, Jay.
I just, all the years that we've been on social audio, me, you, Jerry, everybody else in the room, we should be well aware of undiagnosed mental illness. That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
I think he's diagnosed. I think he's diagnosed, right, guys? He's diagnosed. He's been diagnosed, right?
He's been diagnosed before they diagnosed
Bipolar
him.
personality disorder is
They
what he was diagnosed with.
they he was previously diagnosed with bipolar personality disorder. They've re-diagnosed him as being autistic.
When did that happen? Do you have any links or anything to back that up?
Oh no, I read it somewhere on some decent source. You can go look it up. But he's been
He
re-diagnosed.
read an X because that's where
Yeah, he read an X.
that's where
I
most
don't
people
even
get the
read
new.
X. Get the hell out of here.
No, no, I didn't. I wasn't dissing you. I was about to. You didn't let me finish. You were supposed to catch the lie, bro.
Hey, can I just say something about the again? I haven't got a dog in the race. I can give a shit, but
You just
Kanye.
did.
Wait.
You said, "Can you
Okay,
say something?" You just did.
man.
I'm
Get
just,
out of here.
bro. Go ahead. I'm saying you.
Jerry.
Go
Nice
ahead,
to
bro.
meet you, Jerry. First time I've ever met you. Bloody hell, fatty hell. All right, no, seriously. Kanye, you got to remember who Sonny is.
Wait,
He's
Jerry, that's the
a
magician, Jerry. That's Darren the magician, right, Darren?
yeah, not today. But look, wait,
But
listen.
you're in the
You got to
UK,
remember.
from the UK.
Nah. Remember who Kanye West is? Kanye West is the son of a Black Panther. A lot of what Kanye West is about representing the lineage that he comes from, about sort of seeing the white man as the enemy. Stuff about parading his white wife out in the naked public. It's a statement. It's a statement that comes from the lineage of where he's coming from. He's a Black
That's what I'm
Panther's
thinking.
youth.
That Darren. That's what I'm thinking.
That's what it's all about. It's just that simple. It's revenge against white people based on racial issues to do with the past. Remember what was done to the Black Panthers. You know what I mean? It's revenge for his mum and his people. Yeah, I mean, parading a white female around in public but naked is just a way of saying, hey man,
Oh my, Darren is he's
it's
on.
that
Luis,
simple.
Darren is on to something. We got. Hey, that's what I like about debate news. Y'all are so smart in here.
Yeah, Jerry. I thought that was the other Darren, the magician. They have another Darren that's a magician over in the
That's
UK.
why,
Yes,
Jonathan, you can't call stuff like that out till you're
That's
sure.
Darren Brown.
Terrible.
You
that's
got to be
what.
sure, Jonathan.
Hold on. That's Darren who?
Darren Brown.
Oh, that's Darren Brown. There's another Darren. See, and they both from the UK, and all I see is
That's
Darren
right.
coming up.
Hey, but this Darren is the shit
Black.
too, though. So don't fuck with him. He's good people.
Yeah,
Can I
absolutely.
respond to Darren?
Go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I don't think Kanye has beef with white America. I think he has beef with Jewish America. And most of what you said is right, considering his roots, and he is pissed off about his mom. But as a black man who's had his issues with corporate America, he's saying, I'm willing to risk it all. I'm not going to follow this game. I'm not going to play by these rules. Take the money. I'm going to say what I have to say. I'm going to live freely without any bounds. I got to respect that.
I think she's on to something with that, Jonathan.
Ooh,
I think
can I
Donna,
just
Don. Yes,
can
you
I
can.
reply to that when you're done, Jerry?
No, no, sir. You could just jump in. I'm just here to moderate the room for you.
Oh, cool. Look, I want to make it abundantly clear. I'm just saying an opinion based on a point of view that it might be. I have no idea. I haven't got a dog in the race. I don't care either way. I'm just saying that, like, what I'm saying about his mum. I mean, I know his mum's passed away not too long ago. What I'm saying is Kanye West's mother was a Black Panther. And what America did to Black Panthers, I don't want to go into the history of it, but you can check that all out for yourself if you don't already know.
We're very
But
familiar with America.
what America did to Black Panthers, what American people did to his mother and all of her peers was quite sick when you look back on sort of civil rights related history back in the day in the 70s and whatnot. If Kanye West is truly and honestly and militantly carrying on the tradition of what his mother and all of the Black Panthers were about, then he's doing the work of the Black Panthers by attacking and getting back at white America. That's just on one stream of things. The whole stuff around stuff to do with Jewish people, that's a different argument. So the stuff, him versus Jews, him versus whites, is two completely different arguments. The stuff to do with Jews is that in Kanye West's experience in the music game and the fashion game, he's obviously interacted with more Jewish people than your average person might, and based on his line of experience, he's had obviously some bad stuff go on, or things haven't gone his way. So he's just being like a big baby and doing things with a swastika, which is obviously quite bad-minded. But that's his problem. Let him deal with the repercussions. Us guys talking about it just kind of, it gives him what he wants, and
Exactly.
the
Do you
more we
think
talk about it, the more he's winning.
do you think he's going to be okay? Like he's a type. He's in a position where he could he could create his own distribution for whatever he want to do. Because maybe Mr. Bing is not his audience, but Darren, do you think he has an audience out there that will still support him?
Yeah, look, Kanye West is somebody who's clearly ready to die for what he believes in. Yeah, I mean, there's people out there probably want that guy dead right now just
Hey,
for
Darren,
parading around. He's
I,
ready to die for what he believes in.
Darren,
He's nuts.
I just got a message from one of the people in Debate the News. I can't say their name because they may be in danger, but they said, why was he wearing White Lives Matter shirt then?
Exactly
LOL.
my point, Jerry.
Okay.
Darren,
Yeah. So
Darren,
yeah, one second. Let me just say one second. Let me just say this right here too, because you said something, Darren, and you being from the UK or wherever, I knew the Black Panther wasn't against white people. Okay, it was for empowerment of people of color. Okay, their 10-point program was they wanted freedom, they wanted full employment, they wanted the end of robbery of I guess people who are capitalists in
Hmm.
that community, decent housing and shelter for all human beings, education. They wanted to be exempt from military service, immediate end to police brutality and murder. We want freedom for people held in prisons, and they wanted people brought to trial by a jury of their peers. And they want land, bread, housing, education, and clothing. So yeah, when you saying things like that, you know that what their official. I just looked it up. I'm like, wait a minute, and they had a lot of programs. They're more about programs within their city. Okay, bread, clothing, food, and all that other stuff. So I think you're doing a mischaracterization, and you're actually putting. I'm not. I don't. I'm not a part of that group, but I think you're mischaracterizing that group to a room full of people and people all around the world incorrectly. That's all I want to say in the
well,
land.
I'm part of that group. Now what? Hey, Darren. Yeah, I support the Black Panther. So
I'll
Darren,
behave.
behave. I'm telling the truth. Hey, because I know what they were really about. They were about what Jonathan just said. Okay, but they had the problem was they was being abused back then. So that was a group. You know what? I probably wouldn't have made it out of that time either. You know why? Because I'd have been the same one, arming myself, being ready for war, instead of walking down the street, getting hit in the back of the head, getting hosed down. I'd have had a long gun with me and might have been unloading the clip. But I got a question for you. The person in the room, I can't say who it was. I want to hear what you got to say about it. Because she said, oh no, let's say he said, or they said, what about when he wore White Lives Matter? Let's wake that up for a second. So now he's wearing this. Jonathan is definitely some type of play, bro. Anybody want to address that? The White Lives
Can I
Matter. It was
respond? Yes, I wanted to respond to him. I wouldn't say that he's been militant. This is revenge. This is personal. They have controlled the music industry. They affected his music. They affected his money and his brand, specifically his clothing brand. So it is literally his war against the Jews. That's why he's wearing the swastika.
Yeah,
It's
but
nothing to do with white people.
yeah, but once again, I think the rhetoric that you're putting out there right now is dangerous. Talking about they have controlled the music industry. Okay, and so I think
How old is? Oh, sorry.
listen to me. Yeah, please don't. Yeah, I think it's just dangerous rhetoric that you put out there. And pretty soon you're gonna say they control the banks. That's the rhetoric that you're putting out there. Kanye has benefited more than most people, black or white. Okay, from those industries. Okay, in terms of music, in terms of apparel, and everything else. Hell, he was a billionaire. All right, he was a billionaire. So and if he was who y'all claiming him to be, okay, when he first did it and he first lost those contracts, he tried to like clean it up so he can get them back. And when he realized he wasn't getting it back, then he went all the way in. Okay, so don't say he's a martyr because he's not. He's someone with a mental illness, and you guys are trying to take it. He's been diagnosed with a mental illness. All right, and not only that. So when he's on stage yelling at Jay-Z and all that other stuff about not having the kids play together, all that stuff on stage. So we're talking about someone that has mental illness, and you guys are, and I guess, putting a cloak around it as if he's some kind of, he's doing something that's a martyr, and you guys talking about Black Panther, why he has his white woman. Come on, let's keep it
No,
real.
it's a
Let's
yeah.
not no let's not do the bullshit. Okay, you guys come in. I mean, he's saying this shit, and I guess you guys, whatever. You guys are entitled to your opinion. I'm not trying to question your opinion, but not come in here and turn someone into a martyr. That is, I don't think is a martyr. So
I got to
with that,
push
I
back on
land.
Mr. Bing. I got to push back on Mr. Bing. This is our first 2025 pushback. Okay, y'all. Okay, let me make this dramatic. Dr. Jekyll, you there? I may need some medication after this, Dr. Jekyll. So first of all, um, the thing about music, okay, the thing about music, I don't think he was necessarily making that a racial thing, but the music business is basically they get over an artist. So he may have made $1 billion or whatever, but whatever, however much money he made, understand they made tons more. That's what Prince, John. This is a true story, bro. Even when Prince was saying how the music business, you basically enslaved. It wasn't a racial thing. It was just how the music business dominates people, bro. Because it does. The
I agree.
music.
I
So,
agree. I
so,
agree.
so Men in Black, the movie, song number 9. Guys, look it up. Men in Black 1 sold over 5 million records. I produced song number 9 on that album. I made $500,000 for one goddamn song. They made over $100 million off of that damn. That was the biggest selling non-sequel soundtrack in history at the time. And I'm song number 9 on it, and I made peanuts, $500,000, and they made millions and millions of dollars. So they do, it doesn't matter. It's like, oh, you made 500,000 one song, but look how much they made. So I think Kanye is making a message about stuff like that when he's talking about they control us and blah blah blah, that type of stuff. So Donna, was I kind of where you was aligned just a little bit or not really?
100% correct.
Donna.
Yes, I'm gonna let Marty take it over, but yes, you're absolutely correct, Jerry. I
So,
appreciate that.
so I don't think it was a racial thing, that part. So the more I'm hearing people talk, Jonathan, I do kind of think it is a more. I'm gonna tell you something. I think I'm gonna wait and see with Kanye. I think he's gonna be okay. I think he got enough of a base. I know you don't agree, brother. I know you don't agree.
Correct. He's
What?
not okay now.
How do we know?
Excuse
How,
me.
He's certifiable. We all knew that.
Jonathan? That boy can put out his own distribution. He's straight. What did he do at the Super Bowl? Does anybody know what Kanye West did at the Super Bowl? Does anybody know
Yeah,
of a
he put
commercial?
out something that had his one thing that had he wasted that commercial. He made that commercial real quick,
And
and
wait, how much money did anybody want to wake that up and tell Jonathan how much he made off of that? Does anybody want to talk about that?
he made a shitload of money, Jerry.
I think the man. Okay. Welcome to Debate the News,
Nah, you
guys.
hit.
Go ahead, bro.
I
Jerry,
was
let
just
me
gonna
ask
say,
you a
but that's the
question.
thing, though. You're hitting it right on the head. Since for 2 years now, 2+ years, almost 5+ years, it's been insane. Kanye, boom, oh my God, da 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 da. We get a new topic, it goes underground. A few months later, boom, same thing. A few months later, anti-Semitism. I mean, it's been almost the
And it's
exact same
working. And it's
thing.
working.
Exactly, because why? Every time people be like, oh, he's only doing this to sell music or to sell his next album. Guess what? The moment it drops, boom, goes crazy. The next time he hits the carpet, boom, he's got all the media's attention. So absolutely, people like
Jonathan.
I
Yeah.
mean, whatever it is, people don't
It's
like
what
it. At the end of the day, you don't have to support him. But what he's been doing, as
is
controversial as he's been
working.
doing it, it's been working for him.
Jonathan gonna give me a cyber smack for this. What I'm about to say, Jonathan. I think he's a genius right now.
There's a lot of geniuses that are insane, Jerry.
But what is his goal though? If his conditions that he's trying to create is being created from the things he's doing, then that's a good insane person. I want to make a whole lot of money by doing this. If it's shit, hey, Debate News, we need to learn from Kanye. So once again, guys, welcome to Debate the News. This is the Sunday edition. If you haven't done so already, look at the link up top. Right, remember, Debate the News is an actual podcast. You guys will be able to hear Jonathan Bing and his incredible family and crew and all these beautiful co-hosts, the people in the audience, the people listening all over the world. But make sure you guys do us a favor, okay? If you can, go there and support the podcast. Download about, sometimes when we say this, I wonder who really does it. Can y'all really go there today and download about 10 download about 10 episodes. 10 episodes to support Jonathan Bing and the Debate the News family. So back to the show. Anybody else want to jump in? Anybody else got something opposite they want to say about Kanye? Anybody
Yeah,
else
I
want?
just want to jump in and correct something. This is Nurse Cher, and someone had brought
How
up
you
that
how you
con-
nurse
oh
share?
yeah, yeah,
We had an amazing Friday night, didn't we?
we did that after party was awesome.
Thank you. And tell your husband I said what up.
I did earlier. He gave like a little salute kind of symbol.
Okay, so go ahead. Go ahead.
So someone had mentioned that Kanye's mom was in the Black Panther part. She wasn't. She was definitely an activist and, involved in things, but she wasn't in the Black Panther party. I think they might be like mixing up their Tupac facts with Kanye's mom, but that she was not in the Panther party. The FBI didn't destroy her life. I just want to clear that up because that's like, getting a lot of life in the chat right now. That's not true.
Yeah, and thank you for that because that's why I jumped in. That's why I jumped in when they're like, oh, and they were putting out misinformation, and what their interpretation of what these organization was. Even though I'm not, affiliated or whatever, I'm like, okay, that's not what I heard. But no, I agree with you, Nurse Share. People put out some misinformation. Hey guys, real quick, yeah. So 100%. So New York. That law, I'm not rocking with that law at all. So nah, 100%. So anyone else that want to jump in on anything else, guys? Because
I do. I have a
Yeah.
question. I have a question. Did you guys discuss that some U.S. officials are saying that Pete Hegseth issued directive for U.S. Cyber Command to pause its planning against Russia, including offensive digital actions? Did y'all discuss that already, Jonathan?
no, what are you talking about? Is that true?
Oh Lord Jesus! So
Hold on.
this really pisses me off and everything because I have an intel and security background. There's literally a system I can look at that shows you the cyber attacks as they're happening in real time. So this is what's being purported that he stated. So they asked, let's see. Margaret Brennan. No, 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 no. They asked Rep. Mike Turner, who's a Republican, if he said that he's unaware of it.
Whoa.
He said he's unaware of it. They asked him. He sits on the House Armed Services Committee, and he used to be on House Intel Committee, right? He says, considering what I know about what Russia is currently doing against the United States, that would, I'm certain, not be an accurate statement of the current status of the United States operations. They then asked Mike Waltz, who sits on he's a national security advisor. He also said he hadn't heard about that. So listen,
No,
this
no,
pisses me
no, no.
off.
This has been
I'm about to
confirmed.
post it in the Telegram. You looking
No,
it
this has
up?
been confirmed. This has been
You looking?
confirmed.
Yeah, this
I
pisses
already
me
put in the
off.
telegram, Rochelle.
You did? Okay, wonderful.
Whoa, this has
This
been
pisses me
confirmed.
off so badly. This is sick. I'm done. He really is Putin's puppet, like for real.
Wow, this is crazy. All right.
No, this is beyond crazy.
No, no. I mean, where's our Republicans
Where's
at here?
Grant Benstock when you need him?
Where's Grant Benstock and
That's what it is. Yeah, exactly.
Wendy, Danielle, Trish? Come on, guys. I'm gonna say it again. Taylor,
I
Andrew, Diana.
This is the
You
first time
know,
hearing about it. I'm trying to find this article and
I'll
find.
just put his name in, and it comes up all over the
It's
place.
in the telegram, Andrew.
It's everywhere. New York Times, NBC News. Wow. The Hill.
I'm done. I'm done. If they don't implode on Capitol Hill now, I'm done. This is it. I can't.
Wow.
I'm done.
CBS News.
This is sickening.
Guys, everywhere is reporting this. The Times of Israel, the Independent, everyone around the world is reporting this. Jerry. So essentially, what he did was order a halt of offensive cyber operations against Russia. That to when you think about it, Jerry, Russia's always doing cyber attacks against us. So for us to all of a sudden halt that offensives, man, oh man,
We
Where's
got to make
Grant
pretty
at?
sure.
much.
So
We
he
got
can
to
say it's
treat
not
him for
true.
the White
Where's
House.
Grant at?
Hey, we got to
No,
treat
no,
him for
no,
the White
no, no.
House.
Grant would come in and he would convince everyone it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Oh my God.
Why we need
Jerry,
to have cyber offensives against Russia?
Jonathan,
Yo, Grant would convince everyone it's a good thing. That's what he would do.
Go ahead, brother.
John,
Somebody was talking. Go ahead, bro.
Jonathan, this is Emmett. I mentioned this a long time ago, man. I don't care how much you try to cover it up. We have a treasonous in the White House. The only
Okay.
way out, the only way out is in a little box. And Magna will
Can you
Yo,
elaborate? Can you? I want to hear what
no,
he's.
no,
Yeah,
no,
we're
no,
not
no,
gonna
no,
say
no,
that. Don't
no,
say
no,
that.
no,
Wow.
no, no, no,
Wow.
no, no. Jerry, come on, we gotta know when to
But
pivot.
I don't
No,
know what the last part he was going to say though.
no, 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 no. All right, Emmett.
That's not fair.
Absolutely.
That's not
No, that's
fair.
not fair. But that's a hard pivot. That's a hard pivot.
So
Can he?
Jonathan,
So
I'll take the pivot.
Can
So
he?
just
Go
to put
ahead.
this in perspective, so in 2016 when they it was alleged that Russia interfered in our elections and stuff, the reason that the next midterm election went off without a hitch and even the presidential election is because from intel perspective, we were able to pinpoint exactly where the interference was coming from and preemptively struck at them, shut some of their systems down so they couldn't interfere in those two elections. And those two went off without it being said that Russia is interfering. And that's to show you how serious this is and stuff. So to halt all of those operations in offensive against Russia, that means you're giving them carte blanche to just act the damn fool cyber wise in our systems. This is sick.
yeah. Hey guys, real quick. I want
So
to apologize to you guys. That was not the views of Debate the News. That was the views of one of the members of Debate the News. And we don't condone that kind of talk here, or we don't encourage those kind of actions in Debate the News. So I just wanted to put that out there and make it known. All
Jonathan, you
right.
know I be having these nervous ticks. I just can't help. Hey, my mind be saying, Jerry, shut up. But I thought it's freedom of speech. Oh, never
Yeah.
mind.
No, no, no.
that's
No.
the freedom of speech has does. I'm pretty much into freedom of speech absolutist, but when it comes to stuff like malice or like incitement of violence, stuff like that, threats, on someone's safety and life, those are not
But
protected
it's
by.
okay, freedom of speech when
No,
those
yeah, bro,
Klansmen.
bro, bro.
I
No,
just
I'm
want to
talking
get
about
back to
something else.
that
I'm
though.
off of that. I'm off of that.
Listen, is it possible that because I don't know that any of us really know the facts. I'm sure there must be a good reason.
Apologies.
Rochelle, let me say something without you interrupting. There must be a valid reason other than
There we go.
Trump was just Putin's puppet. That cannot be the. I doubt more than anyone else in the news media right now. There have to be other factors at play that we'll just have to like give it 48 hours to marinate. Like let's see what
But
happens.
based off of history, Rachel, let Rachel go ahead and jump back in. Go ahead, Rachel. I know you want to say something.
Yeah, Andrew, like he is Putin's puppet. The bottom line, well, for what reason would we have specifically to back off the offensive against Russia cyber wise when they are literally attacking us using their cyber trolls and cyber entities? So why would we back off them? It's literally a back and forth volley that's going on. So why would we back off? It doesn't make
Andrew,
any
let me
sense.
give you one more reason. Michelle, did you finish? Rochelle?
Yeah, I'm done, Sir Drew. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, Andrew, let me give you one more reason.
His name is Sir
Your
Jude.
yes, Papa.
Go ahead.
Your president just ordered for Ukrainian power supply to be cut in the middle of February, which is what Russia has been trying to do to knock off the power grid. They have been defending against that, and they have intensified efforts to do that, but they couldn't. The plan being to disrupt the power supply to Ukraine so that most of their people will freeze to death in the middle of February when winter is the highest. Your president just ordered for Ukrainian power supply to be cut off. Who will benefit from that, Andrew? In the middle of a war, dismantling the whole telecommunication and apparatus that they have in the country to fight the war, to defend themselves. Who exactly will benefit
Hey,
from
Sir
that?
Jude. Sir Jude, I want to make a statement to you, Sir Jude. I've never seen in my lifetime a president that no matter what he does, the people act like that was the best thing possible. Every other president is so much pushback from both, from even the people who voted. But it's like Trump. If he says tomorrow, I'm going to shut down all the power in the United States for 24 hours. They're going to be like, oh, it's the reason why he did it. It's going to save $1 trillion. It's for our own good. It's just crazy how do you agree with that, Jude, Sir Jude?
Hey, if I may, to Sir Jude, in regards to the power supply, because yes, somebody shutting off the power supply to another country, that would be absolutely devastating, especially in the middle of a war. This thing that was passed, what it was it terminated the funding of assisting them restore their electrical grid that had suffered from the war. Now, am I saying that I agree with that? No, I'm just making sure we clarify that there was nothing ordered to shut down their power supply.
Thank you,
The
Marty.
order was to stop the assistance and the money that was being delivered to help restore power grids that were damaged in the war as a result of the war. So once again,
Rachel,
just wanted to make
So,
sure we got that clarified.
Rachel,
so, so basically, your argument is if somebody is in the hospital and we just stop treating them,
good
can
point.
we can we argue that we want the person to get well?
Once again, it's not that I was agreeing with what's happening at all. I was just making sure that we were clearing up that there wasn't an order given, like you said, to shut off. Shutting off power supply and stopping assistance in rebuilding your power supply is two completely different things. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, Rachel,
That,
Rachel. 1 second, Rachel.
Yes.
I got a question for you. So exactly what was it? Is it what Marty is saying? And part two, them cutting off the assistance would that in fact equal the same thing, Rachel?
To be honest, I have no idea because I didn't read that or I wasn't here when that was discussed earlier. So I have to look at it to make sure I understand that what
Well, we
Marty is
we
saying.
need our debate the news
I just,
fact. One
I'll
second,
just
bro.
be
One
honest.
second. 1 second. We need our debate the news fact checkers. Can y'all do some fact checking and then when you do fact checking, just unmute your mic and just jump right in. It won't be rude. Just unmute and jump right in. Go ahead, bro.
Marty, put what you had in the telegram.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'll post it in Telegram, and if you like, I'll just because when he said it, I was like, "Whoa!" Ordering to shut off power supply, and I instantly typed it in, and it literally said right here, Washington, the State Department this week terminated a U.S. agency for international development initiative that has invested hundreds of millions of dollars to help restore Ukraine's energy grid from attacks by the Russian military, according to two USAID officials working on the agency's Ukraine mission. Power outages have been applied overnight in some regions due to attacks on energy facilities, and they have sustained near constant impact throughout the course of the 3-year war. So what it is yes, they are cutting the assistance program. You understand what I mean? So I'm not saying that I agree with that, but it's not that they're ordering, hey, we're shutting off their power. And that was the statement that was made. So that's why I just wanted to correct it.
the ultimate outcome of that decision is to cripple Ukrainian power grid. No matter how you slice it or dice it,
That's what
you
it
could
sounds
fry,
like. It's
you
that
could
that
fry
that.
your potato, you can boil it, you can cook it. At the end of the day, you eat a damn potato, bro.
He's not disagreeing.
Well,
Well, listen, he's not disagreeing with that. He's just clarifying, what the order was. It wasn't as
yeah, and that
blazing.
was
Yeah.
after the minerals deal fell through because with the minerals deal would have indirectly provided a security guarantee, which would necessitate an immediate ceasefire. Without a ceasefire, there's not any point in rebuilding shit.
Hey,
Okay, but
Rachel.
also a
All
little
right.
interesting. Oh, go ahead.
Well, no, what was your name? The person who was speaking.
It was Jonathan. A little interesting is also the power grid has been impacted by a lot of cyber attacks by Russia. So how those two things might fit together.
Hey, Andrew or Rachel. It's interesting. There's so much time being spent talking about this Ukraine war with President Trump. What is he, Jonathan? It seems like he's getting a pass with so many things he promised to do from day one. Promised to do this, promised to do that, and the only thing he talking about is the Rachel. Do you see that? That's all
No,
he talking
listen,
about.
Jerry, I'll back you on that because
It's all smoke and
Wait,
Houston
wait,
mirrors.
has
wait. Andrew said
exercised.
he's gonna back me. 1 second. I need
Yeah,
his back.
no.
Go
Listen,
ahead.
I'm not booty clapping for Trump. I am booty clapping for America first. That's the only thing I'm booty clapping for. You
But
know,
have you
any
noticed? Have you
president will
noticed
put
that?
that first.
that
And the thing that really pisses me off about the Ukraine thing is how we They were told if you denuclearize and get rid of your nuclear
I
weapons,
know, but you know what you're doing, bro? Just one
No,
that
no,
second.
you
no,
will
no,
be
no. I want to hear what
supported.
Andrew's saying. It is important, Jerry.
Okay, go.
That you will be supported against invasion from Russia, and that is like basically a fucking NATO guarantee. So I don't know whoever came up with that idea, but we're getting fucked around now because it is, we, I think, are at least semi obligated to protect them in some capacity if our word means anything.
Exactly, Andrew. It wasn't NATO. It was the Budapest Memorandum is what it was. All right,
Yeah, I know it
and
wasn't NATO. I knew it was something. I just didn't know exactly what
and
it was.
so and I believe there's U.S., Russia, the UK, and and I don't know. Someone could the Budapest Memorandum. I just think that there is Budapest Memorandum. It was signed by how many countries? Pakistan, Ukraine, Russia, United States, United Kingdom, and France. So it's Pakistan, Kazakhstan, Belarus, Ukraine, Russia, United States, United Kingdom, and France. All right, and it's basically it's security assurance is the full thing is Budapest Memorandum of Security Assurances, and it was memorandum of security assurances in connection with the Republic of Budapest, Republic of Kazakhstan, and Ukraine accession to the Treaty of Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons. Okay, essentially, what they said is, hey, you guys give it because the Soviet. Remember, this is the Soviet Union. All right, and those are all old Soviet countries. Okay, so if you guys and the Soviet Union put missiles and weapons all over their territory, and so Ukraine, when that thing ended, had weapons. All right, Ukraine had weapons. So essentially, when because Ukraine had weapons, they were nuclear power. They agreed to give up those nuclear weapons for assurances of security. All right, and so essentially, in 2014, France, the UK, United States, you know, Belarus is own. Belarus, forget them because they're in Putin's back pockets. Kazakhstan, they were supposed to step in when Russia went into Crimea. All right, but it complicates that things because if the United States or if France jumps in, United States, France, and the UK, if they jump in, I don't know if Kazakhstan's part of the what you call it, but if they jump in, they that NATO jumps in. So that's something that we have to think about as well. So yeah, but I know that those three countries, United States, France, and UK, are part of NATO. So there you have it, folks. So yeah, there was some assurances that if they denuclearize and give up their nuclear weapons, that they will be protected from invasion. And one of the parties that signed that was Russia. That agreement. So Russia broke that agreement there. So when people are saying, you know, uh, you know, you shouldn't try to get in NATO. First of all, you should always try to protect yourself. Okay, that's like someone saying, I didn't try to rob your house till I found out you went out and got a gun. Like, you about to go buy a gun, and I was like, well, why you gonna buy a gun? Whatever. Guys, people could protect themselves. So that's where it's at, Jerry. I 100% believe that United States, all these people they're apologists right now. Trump is an apologist. All right, Trump, what's going on here? But more importantly, guys, I think we skipped over something real important. That P. Hefsek thing, that was, guys, I'm going to tell you something. We stopped cyber offensive against Russia. Guys, this is historic. This is unheard of. You know how often Russia attacks us?
I mean,
Russia
all the
attacks
damn
us
time,
they
every
all the
day.
time. Who's that speaking?
That's
As we
me.
speak,
Every single
Jonathan,
day. Oh, they're
as we speak.
constantly attacking us.
Guys, and so what we're saying is we're going to shut down all of our attacks to counter their attacks. Do you know what that can do to our systems?
Hmm.
You guys don't know what that can do to our systems. This is real. This is not made up. This is real.
I understand. Here's the thought, though. Do you think that just because we announced it means that we actually have shut it down and we're not doing anything? You know what I mean? I mean, the news sometimes is wag the dog.
Wag the
What?
dog.
I
Go
mean,
ahead.
Like,
it's like
y'all just won't call a thing a thing. Like, I mean, the
no. I'm just
apologists, the what about isms, so maybe this is what it means. They're very specific in saying what they're doing, Andrew.
yeah.
Literally.
Well, it doesn't make any sense to me, and
He didn't
so
announce it, Andrew. He didn't announce it. They didn't announce it. You want to know why you know about it? The civil service workers, civil servant workers, went out and told everyone, "Hey, we were just ordered to do this."
And
We'll
going back
see.
to what Marty,
let me look. I'm still trying to find more information about it. Like I said, I just
It's
heard
all
about it.
over the place, Andrew. If you're having problems finding it, I don't know.
No, no,
It's
I'm
all
fine.
over the
I'm just trying to
place.
get more information about it.
but Andrew Jonathan literally reeled off a number of sources that he was seeing it as he was researching it himself. Like,
Yeah.
seriously, multiple outlets, multiple places that the information is there, even other countries
I just
that's
find it
speaking
hard to
about this.
believe that we have no cyber
Oh God.
defenses
We
or
we
anything
did
like that going on,
not
though. That's
stop our
ridiculous.
Yeah,
cyber
nobody said anything
defenses.
about cyber
Nobody
defenses,
is
Andrew.
doing that. This is crazy.
Nobody said anything about cyber defenses.
So
That's
going
just
back to
It
what
ridiculous.
was
Marty
all
go,
offense. Well, then,
going
yeah,
yeah,
it doesn't make
offense.
any sense.
So going back to what Marty was talking about earlier, Marty, I read up on it, and Marty is correct. So what happened is the State Department told U.S. aid to stop the assistance that they were providing, and you know that Donald Trump, has basically placed a freeze on U.S. aid money and what have you. But Sir Jude is also correct. But by not supporting them in the infrastructure, then these people will still freeze. So both of them are correct.
Listen, debate the news. I see some incredible questions and statements being put in the chat. So I'm going to ask some of you people that's in the chat. You are welcome, and you're actually requested to join the conversation. I really would love to see more of you people join in on the conversation. Uh, Back to you, whoever was the last person speaking. I'm just trying to get some more people to join in.
Jerry, it's so good to hear your voice.
What's up, Grant Cardone? I'm so glad you're here, sir. Welcome to Debate the News. Somebody was asking for you earlier. Grant Cardone is in the building. Shout out to Grant Cardone. Jonathan, Rachelle.
Yes.
Say that thing that you said a minute ago. Let's see what Grant's perspective is on that. The thing that
Which
you,
one?
the
P
last thing.
About
hefty. About P hefty.
Excess.
oh yeah. Them ordering the US to stop its offensive cyber offensive towards Russia. Did you know about that, Grant?
Do I have a cricket thing? Let me see.
Yeah, got crickets on
Oh
that one.
oh oh man, Grant going once.
No, Grant said
It's all
Grant.
fake
What
did you say? I was
news.
brushing
It's
my teeth.
phony stuff.
I wasn't listening.
It didn't happen.
I was
That was his
brushing my teeth. I
response.
Go
wasn't
go
listening.
go go. It's Rochelle. Go ahead, Rochelle.
I wasn't listening to more of her nonsense.
Oh wow.
No, go ahead,
Re-
Rochelle. Ask.
really?
oh man,
Rachelle.
oh man, Grant.
You let him talk to you like
Huh?
that, Rachelle?
What?
He just
Oh,
dissed you
listen,
on a public stage.
he's a
Look,
senior
it's
citizen.
clear
I give him a
the
pass for life.
globalists want World War III, guys.
Yeah.
So,
Go ahead, Rachelle.
oh, oh man, Grant. So, how
The
do you feel
crazy
about the fact
the
that
crazy
people,
elitists and liberals
who's an
want
elitist,
World
Grant?
War III. They're going to pretend that they
No,
want to help the people,
So
but the
so
truth
Grant,
is,
here's the deal, Grant.
that's
The
literally
Chef
what you
Chef
guys
war.
want.
said
They're
he.
they're
eh,
inciting World War III.
Yeah, Grant. Here's the deal, Grant. That our Secretary, Secretary of Defense, just he ordered all cyber offenses against Russia to stop.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
And that gives who an advantage?
They certainly knows to give us an advantage.
Mm-hmm. Who does? Well, we kind of got an ocean separating us from the action. So
Cybersecurity doesn't need
Cyber,
an
Grant.
ocean.
Cyber, Grant.
yeah, that's fine. But who's? It doesn't put us at risk. Who does it cause the most risk
It doesn't put
to?
us at risk, Grant.
No.
Why, okay, why doesn't it put us at risk?
You tell me why it puts it. I don't see any risk in it.
Grant, actually, with
I,
cyber,
I think that it weakens Ukraine's situation.
us not doing a cyber offensive against Russia weakens Ukraine.
Russia's not threatening us.
Russia's
What?
always threatening us.
No,
They're
no,
attacking us as we speak, Grant.
that's what
Cyber
you've been. That's
using
what you got.
cyber.
That's
They're
what you
attacking.
guys are
There,
told to
there's
think.
literally a system I can go into and see the attacks going back and forth between the U.S. and Russia as we speak. What are you
Mhm.
saying? So now, so we're stopping our offensive, and we're going to let them keep doing theirs. That's insane. It's sick.
Yeah, who do you guys? You guys, I cannot believe
Trump
you
is
guys
Putin's
are so
puppet, and so is
simple
Grant.
minded. I just cannot believe you guys are so simple minded that you think Russia is our enemy today.
Yeah,
Yeah, they are our enemy
you're another
today,
one of
Grant.
Putin's
No,
puppets.
what have
Let
they
him
ever done?
elaborate on that. Go ahead, sir.
What have they ever done to you? How have they ever negatively impacted your life? Give me just one example of how Russia's aggression to the United States of America has impacted your life in any way.
The
When I'm
war.
working on websites, I have to use the blocker that I use to make sure that they don't get hacked from the websites that I use for customers and
Is the same?
clients.
Could the same be said
And you just asked
as
for one
well?
example. I'm just giving an
Jonathan, was it
example.
because the way the U.S. has been handling him, that's why it hasn't affected you in your life, Jonathan? Yeah, I'm talking about the
No,
past.
no, 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 no. I was going to answer that, bro. But
Go
once
ahead.
again, like, does this affect us in many different ways? Okay, because the fact that we're giving out, we have to fund and defend Ukraine. Okay,
No,
like,
no,
no,
because
no,
you
no.
believe we have to fund is why these hundreds of billions of dollars is
We haven't given hundreds of millions of dollars, so Grant.
hundreds of
We
billions,
haven't given
closer
hundreds of
to
billions of dollars,
trillions.
Grant.
No, no,
We
not
haven't given
true.
hundreds
This
of
has been
billions.
going. This has been going on for 50 years, bro. This isn't a
50
new thing.
years. So we've been fighting 50 years. So 50 years. Let's see here, because oh yeah,
50
yeah.
years we've been funding wars that we should not have been fighting in. Russia's just your conversation today.
Man,
Afghanistan, we spent I don't know 3 or 4 trillion dollars was
You're
wasted there.
deflecting, Grant. You're
No, I'm
deflecting.
not. No, I'm not deflecting. I'm telling you my opinion. Russia is not a threat to me.
so you're okay. You're okay with us stopping our cyber offensive, right? That's what you're saying.
Ukraine, this punk in Ukraine, is a threat to us right now.
How is he a threat to us? And all he's doing is
He
he's
came
only
in.
thing
He
he's done is
came in
enhance
here.
our security. What are you talking
Came
about?
in here.
Ukraine made us more secure. What are you talking about,
No,
Grant?
it didn't. How did it make
Yeah, it
us more
did.
secure?
It made us more secure, Grant. 100%. It made us more secure
How's that?
because it weakened Russia. It exposed Russia.
Hey,
Okay.
Jonathan, once again, guys, if Russia were to take over Ukraine, the U.S. and the world would suffer for several key reasons. One is global security instability. A successful Russian conquest of Ukraine would embolden other authoritarian nations to pursue expansionist policy, undermining international law and norms. It could trigger further military aggressions in Europe and Asia. Geopolitical power
Who
shift.
wrote that, Jerry? Who wrote
Uh,
that, Jerry?
Geopolitical power shift. Russia would gain greater influence over Eastern Europe, etc. Economic disruption, energy crisis. Ukraine is a key transit hub for Russian gas to Europe. Russian control could allow them to manipulate energy supplies, leading to price surges and shortages. Food. It just goes nuclear, military threats, humanitarian disaster. It just goes on and on. And what would happen if
Yeah, yeah,
if Russia was able to take over Ukraine? It would affect many parts of the world. It would be bad, Grant.
yeah, yeah.
Jonathan,
That's
Jonathan,
again. That's what you're. That's
you
what
like
you're
that,
being
Jonathan? Jonathan,
led.
you like that?
That's what you're being led
Jonathan,
to believe. That's what you're being
Grant,
told to
Grant, that's a
believe.
fact. Grant, that's a fact. That has nothing to
It's
do
not
with
a
the
fact.
Trump administration. That's
It's not a
why it's.
fact.
Oh, but Grant,
It's
it's a
not a fact.
fact
I'm just. I'm a practical person. There's no. Putin has not threatened me in my lifetime.
because he's
Grant,
been kept at bay. That's why, Grant, because he can't. He can't
Yeah.
threaten you
Guys, listen to me. Russia has funded all kinds of acts of terrorism against
And you
us.
guys are back. You're back to thinking that Putin walked into Ukraine without approval from Joe Biden. I just can't believe you guys are this simple minded. Y'all really need to get another box of crayons to work with.
He,
I
he
was
got
just
an
thinking that.
approval from Trump, Grant.
No, Trump wasn't in office when he walked in.
No, Trump
But
himself
Trump's
Biden,
administered the
trying to
okay.
undo the deal right
Oh,
now.
but
yeah,
Biden had
Trump.
only been in office 1 month before it happened.
Yeah,
That means
Trump.
that Trump knew what was going to happen and gave the okay and helped Russia with it. Grant, think about it.
He
You think
he
that
said.
Biden in 1 month of office or 1 month and 2 days in office helped you Russia do all of that? Come on,
Why don't you
this
guys
was
fact?
planned
Hey,
well in
Shauna,
advance.
why don't everybody fact check everything I just said? How about DTN right now? Fact check. Just Google. Go to ChatGPT. Go to
Jerry,
your
one
favorite
second,
source.
Jerry. Biden was. I got to do a correction. Biden was in office for 1 year in a month.
Yeah,
Not
I
one
was
month.
getting ready to say, okay, I think somebody's got their dates wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You
Sorry.
know,
but,
let
but
me let me say this. So Zelensky
So, I
laid
mean,
it out
Shah,
in everybody's
does
face.
that Shah, you want to go back and kind of rewind that?
Rewind. Wait. Rewind. One, two. There you go.
No, Zelensky.
Grant. I've been waiting to do that all night, man.
Yeah, you did, and you did good, Jerry.
Thank you, Grant.
But Zelensky laid it out when he gave the timeline of when Russia aggression started. And they started taking the land in 2014. He said President Obama didn't do anything throughout Trump's entire first administration. When he took even more land, he said Trump didn't do anything. He said it carried on through Biden, and now it's going into existence under Donald Trump. So no, this didn't start with Biden. Sorry, Grant.
Yeah, Grant. I'm gonna tell you something, Grant. You guys come in and like, oh, Putin had to act. Putin didn't have to act. Putin acted before. All right, Putin went in 2014 before quote unquote bio labs, as you guys would say, and before NATO and all aspirations. Putin went into Crimea. All right, and they didn't have to ask about NATO before because they had the Belopest memorandum that they felt like would protect them. They didn't have to get asked for NATO. That's how we know that the narrative that you guys put out is full of shit. All right, because and I say that respectfully because they had the Budapest memorandum
When you
in their
say
back pocket.
somebody's position is full of shit, you cannot say that respectfully.
Okay, you're right, Grant. I think it's incorrect and flawed. All right, I think it's incorrect and flawed. All right, and because they didn't
Can you
need they.
rewind that, Jonathan? Again, rewind, Jerry. Rewind, Jonathan saying,
Well, I
"Yeah,
said I correct that. It was incorrect and flawed. Incorrect and flawed. There
that's
you go.
hilarious."
But what I will say, and the reason I say that, guys, listen to me. There was no talk of NATO, and that's why Brian Benstock he got up out of it because he knew he was already down 5 grand, and he said Mexico as well that those weapons are ended up in Mexico, right? So definitely don't forget to collect that 5 grand from him on that,
I never did.
huh? So I'll collect that I'll collect on Mexico, but he said Mexico as well. So with that being said, when you say that there was aspirations to join NATO, no, there wasn't aspirations to join NATO. Aspirations to join NATO came after Crimea was taken. Because prior to that, they in their back pocket they had the Budapest memorandum in their back pocket, and that's when they were like,
Belarus.
no, it's Budapest. Look it up.
But didn't that happen because they ousted the pro-Russian president Yanukovych? And they
No,
even, and Russia intercepted a conversation between US officials talking about how they were literally operating a change in regime. And it's a lot. So, you know, I think that the fact that this happened with, and first of all, it's paused, right? Our offense is paused on, it can be turned on at any time. And this happened before the meeting with Zelensky. So how is it that we're going to continue to offensively attack Russia while we're trying to have peace talks? I think it
what?
was to use as leverage before that meeting with Zelensky to extend an olive branch to see if you can turn a foe into at least someone who's not out to kill everybody. I don't see anything wrong with this, to be honest with you. And it's being flipped like it always is for Trump.
No, no,
Oh,
no, 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 no,
that
no,
was an
no, no.
interesting statement
That
assessment.
that that, that was a that statement is full of shit. That state.
Respectfully.
Yeah, listen to me.
But it's
Who?
not wrong.
No, it is incorrect. It's totally incorrect, guys. Listen to me. Russia is still attacking us. Okay, Russia is still attacking us, and this is where you guys need to start thinking. When you have people come in and tell you like, "Oh, it's cool that they should stop attacking Russia," but Russia's still attacking us. That doesn't make sense.
How is Russia attacking us?
Hacking us.
Okay.
I tried to say it, but I wasn't listening to it. I
Okay.
deal with
Please
websites and
silence the
work.
tyranny.
I deal with websites, and every day, Jerry,
No,
hello.
no,
No,
no.
but I'm just saying he asked a general question about how is it happening, right? He's a businessman. So he
J-
uses
J-
specific platforms and every day your tech people set up technology to make sure that you're not being hacked. And your banks do it too. I mean, it happens in multiple seconds a day.
but
Like
there's no
Do
more
we
it's
not get hacked from
consistent.
India? Does India not try to hack us all the time?
exactly. Nigeria hacks, China hacks, India hacks. Stop
Guys,
it.
But what is the point?
So
The
we're
bottom
What
line
stopping.
is
other
that
one? Let's just get off the hacking a second. What
Russia
else?
is still attacking us.
What?
Now, if
How are
they
they
had said
attacking you,
the U.S. and Russia agreed to
Rachelle?
not do any cyber attacks against one another
Tell me
for this
how.
particular duration, that's different. But
Tell
they're
me.
literally lobbying cyber attacks against the United States in its infrastructure, its system, its banks, you name it. Like,
Tell
just
me.
come
Tell
on.
me one thing. One way that Russia has attacked you.
Go take some
Rachel,
melatonin and go to
what?
What?
sleep,
No,
Grant.
no, no,
Grant,
no,
hey,
no, guys. Let
Jonathan,
me
Rachel,
Grant is
answer that.
good. There's no way
Stop. Don't
nobody can
even
answer
answer that,
that.
guys.
There's no way they
Don't even
No,
can.
answer that
because you
because
guys are
that has
just
Jerry.
nothing to do with the
because you
fact of
guys are
them turning
just
Yes.
off. What
talking
you
your
call it?
reading points. You
Yo,
guys,
Jerry,
you're
Yes,
just
sir.
spreading
There is
propaganda.
no
You're
reading
just
point for
Somebody's talking.
I could
propaganda.
Grant,
answer
somebody's
Grant's
you
talking
question
to
a
guys
you.
bit.
you guys
I could
spread
answer Grant's question a bit.
propaganda in the way you spread
Hey,
STDs. You
the
just
guy.
run around.
Wait,
Propaganda.
No, that's you
Darren.
guys.
One second, guys.
Disinformation,
One moment. One
misinformation.
moment. Darren wants to answer the question. Go ahead, Darren.
All right, watch this here. I'm not American. I'm originally from the UK. I'm originally from London in England. I'm not in England at
I
the
thought you wanted
moment,
to
but
answer the question.
yeah, I'm answering the question. So Grant, I know Grant's question was specifically about how does anyone can anyone specifically state how Russia has directly affected anyone's life in the US? But I just want to answer that from a UK perspective. Last year, Russia did a cyber attack on the UK. I don't think this was widely spoken about, but it was widely reported. If you want to go do your fact checking, Russia attacked the health service of the UK, and millions of people last year in the UK around about the beginning of summer last year, June, July-ish. You can go check. Russia did a guy from Russia did a cyber attack on the health service in the UK, and NHS England, National Health Service England, couldn't access people's blood records. Doctors' appointments couldn't be booked. Loads and loads of people got sick and started dying and all sorts of stuff. I'm one of the people that was directly affected by that because I was trying to get a doctor's appointment last year. I called up my doctors, made an appointment, supposed to go. I got a phone call saying, look, we've been attacked by the Russians, ransomware. You can't have an appointment. We don't know when you can have an appointment. Blah, 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 blah. It's one of the reasons that I'd cut out of the UK and I just left it behind because of that, specifically because of that Russian attack. And that
Yeah,
affected me
Darren,
directly.
do you think
Sorry.
Russia? You know, I don't know that that happened or didn't happen, but do you think?
Mate, you can go check it out. It's
No,
out there. It's a
I'm
public
just
knowledge.
trusting you. I guess so, maybe whatever. But do you think Russia is a bigger threat to you than the amount of illegal immigration you guys have allowed in now with the Muslim
Why do you
population
always deflect,
taking over
Grant?
Europe?
No, no, let me answer this question. Grant, no, I don't. Again, it's another one of the reasons that I've left the UK. You must be aware of the 10 days of rioting that happened last year in the UK. I jumped on a plane when that was happening because of exactly what you just said. So that's a thing as well. So both of those two things are true. But definitely, I'm with you on the third party thing. But yeah.
Did you
So
know
I
that the
have a
US,
question.
just really quick, did you know that the US Cyber Command struck Russia for years? And in 2018, it disrupted the Internet Research Agency that had to do with their midterms, knocking it offline. In
Good.
2022, it
Diana,
ended
I
it.
spoke
Absolutely.
about
That's
that.
fine.
I spoke
You
about
could
that,
say
Diana.
good, you could say good, but again, if we
What,
are in the middle of peace talks, of course you're going to try and extend the olive branch. So I don't understand why you
Diana,
guys say it's good when
make it
we
make
attack
sense.
them, because when we attack them, he hits back harder. I mean, come
Okay,
on.
Diana. So you're saying it's okay because we're in the middle of peace talks to tell Russia we're not going to attack you using cybersecurity, but you can continue to attack us. Is that what you're saying,
Is
Diana?
that what he said? Did
Is
he
that
say that? Did he say, "Oh, you guys
is
can
that what
attack
you're
us"?
saying,
No.
Diana?
That is
because they're
not what I'm saying.
because they're not stopping their attacks on us. If they were, they would have said that part as well, that
You don't know that.
we mutually agreed that this is what we're going to do. And in respect to what you're reading, I spoke about that. That was in retaliation for the 2016 Russian interference that they found. So to preempt the midterm interference, and even when the presidential one came, they struck Russia first, and they
Well, the
went and struck.
US struck in
Yeah, it's
2014, so we can keep going, right? Because this is ever going. So again, I don't see anything wrong with trying something different to end all the killing and not take us into World
yeah,
War
that's
III.
psychotic. That's
Diana,
psychotic.
you're not making sense. You know that, right? You
Well,
and
No,
let
Grant
let
are
it's
you?
it's
You
making
let
sense to me.
no,
let
actually, it's not
her.
making any sense, guys. We're here's the deal. We are stopping our offenses, okay? And guys, guess what? How do you get better? Because you're doing these different offenses, okay? And you're seeing what they're doing. So we're gonna be behind, okay? We're gonna fall behind, all right, and being able to because they're constantly always upgrading, changing, and everything else. But we're gonna be behind, and we're gonna have to try to figure out a way to catch up. And they're gonna be way ahead of us when we do start back up. That's
You think
crazy,
Russia's ahead of us in the military accomplishments?
bro. We're talking about cyber offensive. Let's not do that, man, because you deflected about how did it hurt you because you didn't have an answer.
First of all, let me just say
Trump,
this:
how?
I'm
I mean,
not your
okay,
bro. I'm not your bro.
Grant,
Okay,
Grant,
don't get
how?
so
Grant,
don't
how the
get that
hell?
comfortable with me. I'm not your bro.
Grant, how the hell? What, Grant, how the hell,
Jerry, you want to rewind him again, Jerry?
bro? Here's the deal, bro. Here's the deal. All right, how the hell is that, bro? Here's the deal. Okay, bro. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. So anyway, how the hell are you gonna come in here and justify
Good
it,
one,
Grant?
Jonathan. Good one.
You can't justify it, Grant,
I
This
tapped
is
out,
Mekey.
Jonathan.
May I ask a question of Grant? Grant, so why do you
Wait,
think that the Cold War lasted close to 50 years?
Mickey's in the building. What's good, Mickey? Uh-oh.
Hey, Jerry.
Go ahead, Mickey. One mic on Mickey. You know what?
So Grant,
Jonathan,
why do you
hold on a second. Grant, hey guys, we got a showdown right now. We got a showdown with Mickey and Grant Cardone. Everybody be quiet. We got our first Sunday edition of a Debate the News showdown. Go ahead, Mickey. Grant's in trouble. Go ahead, Mickey.
No, Grant, I'm just curious why you think, the Cold War happened or, you know, was that friendly or we were best buddies with Russia then or, just curious. So you don't, it wasn't a big deal to you, I guess?
Well, no, it's not a big deal to me because it's in the past. Number one, number two, um, I'm against all war, cold, hot, lukewarm. We need to stay out of war. I've said it many times in these rooms. If I was made president, I would basically tell the entire planet, hey, we're tapping out for 10 years to rebuild our country. We only have interest in our country. And you guys want to fight it out and kill one another, go for it. But we're not sending you any money. We're not sending you any resources. Do your thing. We're going to invest everything, all our energy, all our resources, all our creativity and manpower and woman power into making our country the beacon. And so, look, all this stuff that you guys are talking about is just talking points that you've been given as propaganda to believe that Russia or China, like I don't think China's our worst, biggest threat. Okay, I definitely don't think China's our biggest threat. They got their hands full with this thing going on right now. All of Europe's in a recession. China's in a major recession. Russia's probably got a better economic turnout from this war than anybody over that part of the world. So,
it's not true.
um, you want to talk about the last 50 years? I don't, you know.
Well, it's interesting that you disregard the past being in business. So are you saying
Well,
that
in
you
the
only
last 50
focus
years,
on,
all I know is that we wasted trillions of dollars funding a bunch of bullshit, call it cold or hot,
well, we
putting
also
our
send
nose
money.
in business around the world. Where how long was Afghanistan, guys? Was that 10 years? Vietnam was 20 years. It's ridiculous. There's no justifying the amount
So
of
you think
resources we have wasted around the planet.
You seem to be unfamiliar with the history of this country and how we most definitely stick our nose in other countries'
Schooling
businesses.
real quick, Mika. Schooling
That's
real quick.
the American way. We were literally formed on the basis of no taxation without representation. Do you remember that? So, our very formation in this country was built upon violence. So, it's always interesting to me when someone in 2025 says, we don't need to worry about the past. America now needs to focus on America. But what exactly does that mean? Because, Grant, earlier you lamented, as you just did, the trillions of dollars that the United States spends on other countries. But yet, I wonder, do you ever think about or bemoan the fact that you, as a wealthy person and a business person, take trillions of dollars in tax cuts that the average American does not benefit from? Your thoughts?
Um, you're asking me, do I consider that? Yeah, yeah, absolutely do. And I actually try to encourage other people to learn from what I'm doing and do the same thing and cut the Federal Reserve and the IRS from having revenue. I 100%. If I never paid the Internal Revenue Service a penny, and I paid them more money than this entire room 100 times collected, um, I would not feel bad about it at all. I would love to never pay these people a penny to
But that's
waste
not
money
necessarily
to waste money the way that they waste it.
But that's
So
not necessarily how it works. So for you to decide what money is wasted, because the entire reason that you
no,
were able to,
it's absolutely
may I finish
if
with
there's
my
a
opinion,
tax code that
please?
allows me not to pay taxes, federal taxes, and I'm able to do that by law, I'm 1,000% going to do that by law, and I feel like it's my right and my moral obligation to make sure my tax dollars and creativity are not funding the killing of other people around the planet.
Go ahead, Miki. You
Once
can go ahead and
again,
land. Go ahead, Miki.
no, the only thing is that I'm going to point out is that it's interesting to say that history doesn't matter when we literally have a fight with Russia and Putin because they hate the West. A child that has taken third grade history class could tell you that. Now, just
How
because
do you
Putin
know they
has
hate the
not armed
West?
you, are you not a fan of history at all?
You because of a third grade history class, you think I'm going to believe that Russia hates me? Russia
I'm
doesn't hate
sorry.
me. How many
I,
times have you been to Russia?
so you represent America,
How
Grant?
many, Makey? How many times have you been to Russia?
It's Miki. Do you represent America, Grant? Yes or
How
no?
many times have you been to Russia?
Answer my question first before you ask me one. Do you represent America? Because you're speaking as
I
if you
represent
do.
myself right now. I represent
Thank
myself.
you. Then don't say we, because I'm giving my opinion. You're
Okay.
speaking as if
How
you're
many
giving
times have you
facts
been
and
to
you're
Russia?
not.
How
I've
many
never
times?
been to
How
Russia.
many times have you been to
I'm a
Russia?
black woman. Why would I go to Russia, Grant?
Okay, so you've never been there. So no, ain't nobody from Russia fucking hating you.
So you've been to
Nobody in
Russia.
Russia even knows you exist.
Did
They're not
anyone
thinking
in
about you
Vietnam
today.
know we existed, Grant?
No, no, we shouldn't have been in Vietnam either.
Oh, okay. So you're basically saying the United States should not have been in anywhere. That's
We
your
should not have been in
submission.
Vietnam.
So should we get rid of
1,000%.
the military along with the IRS
I
and the
didn't say
Federal
that. We
Reserve?
should definitely get rid
What
of the
did the Federal
IRS.
Reserve do to you, Grant? Why don't you like the Federal Reserve?
A lot of reasons.
Why don't you tell us what you got something against
You
Jerome
jump.
Powell?
You're jumping all over the place now.
I'm
You're
not
skipping
jumping
like a
all over the
rock.
place. I'm just keeping pace with you. You're changing the subject. You're jumping around. What did the Federal Reserve ever do to you, Grant, for you to want to get rid of it? That's the premise you're giving me. If they didn't personally do anything to you, then you shouldn't want to do away with them. So what did the Federal Reserve do to
The
you?
Federal Reserve has impacted everyone in this room.
No, it hasn't. It
Way
hasn't
more than
impacted
Russia,
me.
by the way. Way
So
more
what
than
did the
Russia.
Federal Reserve
Do
do
you
to
know what they
you?
did in 2008?
What did they do in 2008?
Oh, you don't know. You should look up your because they've caused you and your family and your community more damage, financial damage, than Russia and China combined.
Who is they, Grant?
The Fed, the Fed. You were talking about the Fed.
So the Fed
Can
made
you
a
rewind this
statement.
for her, Jerry? Because she can't even keep up with
So
her own
wait, the Fed
conversation
made a
now.
I
statement about
can't do that. I
economic.
can't do that to Miki.
Oh,
Thank you,
she
Jerry.
can't play
The
rewind
Fed
for
made
her.
a statement
Not for
about
Miki.
economic
That's my
viability
girl.
in black neighborhoods, because
Sorry,
I'm
Grant.
assuming you think that I live in a
You
black
should look at the
neighborhood.
You should look at the financial damage done
You
across
want to talk about the
demographics
Great
in
Recession that a former
2010.
Republican president brought on? You want to talk about that Great Recession that was because of capitalism?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So how
that's
So
exactly
you're
what I'm
blaming
talking
the
about.
Fed for greedy corporations such as AIG, such as Sun
Yep,
America, such
yep,
as Lehman Brothers.
yep.
Oh,
That's the
wait.
and
Oh,
that's
okay.
the
Did
Republican
you get
Party.
one of
I'm
those
glad is dead.
subprime loans, Grant? Did you get one of those subprime loans, borrowing money that you couldn't afford because it was offered to you at such a great rate? Because
I
what does
didn't
that
get
have
any
to
of
do with
those.
me? What I would say is, I don't really give a shit about you as a wealthy person because you don't impact the rest of America. So it's interesting to me how you submit all your premises with is we shouldn't do this and we shouldn't do
We
that.
shouldn't.
No, you don't get to decide what America does. The fact of the matter
You don't
is,
have to be part of the we collective, but we shouldn't, and you should listen to what I'm saying.
why should I listen to what
Actually,
you're saying? You want to get rid of the
If you want to
fed?
improve the
Like, I'm
quality of your life,
confused. The
you could
quality
at
of
least
my
take a
life
look at it.
is just fine. I don't. Why are we talking about the quality of life when we're talking about substantiating whether or not Russia has been a threat to the United States? And you don't really care about the Cold War because you feel that it's not important. But you want to get rid of the Fed, but you can't detail to anyone what the Fed has done to you, except maybe keep those interest rates high when you have to make loan repayments. Did anybody make you take those loans out? Doesn't Cindy always say pay in cash? Cindy
Damn.
doesn't like loans.
If
Hey,
y'all
Rex.
think Mekey,
Oh wow!
if y'all think
I have a
Mekey
question for Nikki.
basically,
I
one
have a
second, if
question
y'all
for
think
Nikki.
Mekey basically gunned him down with a what do you call a shotgun, scatter gun? Did Mekey have a scatter gun and did Grant have a pistol? Put it in the chat. Put a one in the chat if Mekey
No,
got
she did not. No, she
one.
did
One
not.
second. Put a one in the chat if Mekey got the best of that. Put the two in the chat if Grant got the best of that. Okay, Jonathan Bing.
I don't know, man. Mickey handled her handle there. I was like, damn. Grant was
Mekey's
like,
a
oh, no, no. You've been around Grant enough to know. Wow.
Mekey's a problem.
Hey guys, I
Oh,
got I
man.
got a thought when you're done, Jonathan. Actually,
What's
Grant
good?
made more
But
sense
oh
than
my
Nikki.
God, because we about to wrap this up. We ain't got time for no Tony Robbins thing. But go ahead.
Oh man, I appreciate that faith you have in me, man. I don't know if I could live up to that. All right,
I'm never going to be able to recover from that. Oh my God, my
so
reputation's been ruined.
You okay, Grant?
I don't
Grant.
know, Jerry.
I know, Grant.
Now,
Mickey
Grant,
whoop your
hey,
ass,
boy,
Grant.
yo,
Mickey whoop your ass, Grant.
More
yeah,
Grant
time
is
yeah,
awesome.
he,
coming. Grant will be fine.
yeah,
He already has
he's
Mickey
saying
whoop
that.
You
Grant's
guys,
ass.
He's saying that. The reason
you
he's
guys
saying
need
that
to
is
quit
because
paying attention to these pretender threats
She
that you have, Russia and China. You
she
guys
patted
have
him
your
on his
own. I tell
grandfather
you, the
feet.
biggest threat you guys have in this room is your own mental limitations and a
no,
bunch of bullshit.
no one's talking about limiting
Bunch of
themselves in this
bullshit
room right
y'all
now,
have
Grant.
grown up with you that you think is true that isn't.
Grant, you know something crazy? Grant, I'll tell you something.
That part.
When people don't agree with you, they're mentally limited. Okay, that's crazy.
Jonathan, you're the one that says you're it's bullshit what you're saying, and I'm always wrong. But the truth is, the last 4 or 5 years you and I've been talking, I'm never wrong, and you're wrong every time.
All right,
Every
Grant.
time,
Grant, that's what
Jonathan.
you put out there, but that's
He
what
going
I'm
Every
about the
saying.
time. You
COVID.
just need enough time to go by where you're like, oh shit, wrong again.
No, Grant.
So fucking
No, I
come
didn't
on,
die. I took the shot.
Jonathan,
Jonathan,
take
was you wrong
that.
about COVID though? Was you wrong about
No,
COVID?
no, I was not wrong about COVID. But
See, he
that's
still
Grant
can't say
deflecting.
it.
Once again, that's Grant getting us off
But
of
the
that ass
vaccine,
whooping he
he
just
means the
took.
vaccine part.
No, that
Hey,
Jerry,
bro, Jonathan, Russia's never
that's
done
Grant
anything to
taking
you.
us off the ass whooping he just took. That's
Russia
deflection.
Exactly,
has
because
never
Mickey
done
whoop your
anything to
ass, Grant.
anybody in this room.
Grant, Mickey whoop your ass. Just accept it. Keep it moving.
That was an ass whooping.
Shout out to Mickey. That's my girl.
And
always a worthy adversary.
Grant's not worthy.
Jerry Malcolm.
don't put me in it.
No, bro, I'm not putting you in it, bro. That's just wow. Uh, wow. Wow.
Let me
That
bail him
was
out. Hey guys, once again, don't forget, guys, we got a podcast. Okay, so whatever your favorite platform is, whether it's Apple, Spotify, Amazon, wherever it is, make sure you guys check out the latest episodes. If y'all wasn't here for Friday, Friday was lit.
ooh.
It was too bad Grant wasn't here. It was lit. Friday was
He
lit.
came in afterwards. He came for part two.
Yeah, but he wasn't here for part one. That's when it was lit. So if y'all didn't get a chance to listen to Friday's episode, go to your favorite podcast, download it, leave a review. Tell us what y'all think about it. There you go, Jonathan. Now you can go. I had to give you a buffer.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so once again,
Oh,
a message.
okay. Like, yeah, yeah, guys, make sure, yeah, guys, if you're in this room right now, go up top, hit the link, man, and download some episodes.
Hey,
Follow the
Jonathan, Jerry
podcast.
just finished saying all that. You don't need to repeat it.
Yeah, absolutely, I do. So,
No, you don't. You don't need to do it again. The
download,
audience
guys,
doesn't want to
download
hear
some
it
of the
back to
pod,
back.
download some episodes. You download four or
Yeah, he
five
already
of them,
said
guys.
that,
I
bro.
appreciate
He,
that. Make
he
sure you
already
guys
said
do
all
that.
that.
Appreciate that, guys. So, with that being said, Jerry Malcolm,
Now, he was just talking, then you took it back from, said the same bullshit he said, and now you're going to flip it back to
absolutely.
him?
Absolutely. I know you're a little butt hurt right now because you got handed and you're trying to figure
Oh,
out
my
how it
God.
appeared.
You guys are
You
so
trying to figure out
funny.
how it appeared. That's what you're trying to like.
John, you know the wars. Grant done been put number one in books. He been accused of this and that. You know that man ain't. Grant ain't
He ain't
tripping.
butt hurt, honey. He ain't butt hurt.
Grant ain't tripping. He used to this.
Shit.
So let's see what we got going on, Jonathan. Anybody else on the stage that has not
Uh-oh,
had?
you running low, Jerry?
No, I'm not. Jonathan just is not. Yeah.
No, no, he doesn't. He doesn't, dude. You know, he used to flow. He lost the flow.
Nah, Grant. Here's the
He
deal,
don't
Grant.
float like you could. You like you know, it's
Yeah, you're
weird.
absolutely right, Grant. So with that being said, Jerry, let's get back to it, bro. I said you, I hit you up as well, but yeah, absolutely, guys. So no, Grant, 100%. Russia's our enemy. I don't care what you say. If you want to convince the idiots here that believe that Russia is not idiot our enemy, then that's fine. Okay, so yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much fine, guys. If you guys want to believe that Russia is not idiot our enemy, then go ahead.
Who
Listen to
do you
Grant.
think blew up the pipeline? Russia's pipeline? Was that Nordic? The Nordic pipeline?
I don't give a fuck. I don't
Who do you
care,
think blew
Grant.
that up?
Grant, I don't care. Matter of fact, blow up all the pipelines.
The Nord Stream
Okay,
pipeline.
I don't care. I don't know. I don't care. Blow up
Damn,
all the damn
why you being
pipelines.
so mean to Grant, man? He been
I'm
here
not
since
being mean to Grant
Grant's been our
because
number one
I'm
supporter
not
from
gonna be
day.
sitting here and being a
Hey,
No,
not
Russian
too
no.
much on
Hey,
Grant
apologist.
Jerry.
Cardone.
Since when,
I'm
Jerry?
I'm not gonna be a Russian
What you say,
apologist.
Grant?
Since when? How long have I been a supporter, Jerry?
Listen, I gotta tell this because
I
it's the
support
truth.
Grant right
No, no.
now.
Let me say this. Let me say this. When we did our first episode of Debate the News, the very first day we opened at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Grant was there at 3:01 p.m. Pacific Standard Time before anybody.
Yeah.
And he was doing all kinds of stuff to make people join the club. I mean, he was promoting our room more than we were to make it grow. So shout out to Grant Cardone.
Hey,
But
man, that's
Absolutely.
why I come in here for to hear him and Cindy. They're my two favorites.
well, good
Oh,
for you.
good for
Good for
you.
Sorry,
you.
I'm just being honest.
Hey,
Yeah,
well,
we didn't ask you saying honesty though.
we appreciate you being honest because we got our favorites too, and you ain't one of them. Oh, oh. So listen.
Fuck out of
So
here.
so check this out, everybody. I want to thank you guys for coming out to debate the news on this Sunday edition. And once again, everybody, we do this every single day. Jonathan, say the time that you do this every single day. Say it.
Approximately 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, so if
Why
you could
can't
pick,
you do it at 8? Why can't you show up at 8?
yeah, yeah. Why can't you show up at 8?
Yeah,
So,
what's wrong
so,
with you?
so once again, everybody,
Fucking boosters don't kick in until
hey, hey,
8:30.
hey, Grant, we gotta play our bills right now, Grant. We got people listening all around the world right
Yeah,
now.
I understand, dude. By the way,
Okay,
you guys that are listening on iTunes, man, make sure you let your people know to come on over to chatter where we get on the battle.
let's go. Grant Cardone is in the building.
Yeah, and
So
just understand when you come to chatter, you're gonna hear a bunch of fucking whacked out liberals that
once again,
believe that China and Russia are their problems when the truth is it was simply their upbringing.
okay, hey, Jonathan, I actually like this outro with him jumping in like that. But you guys see the link up top? Debate the
Because
news. The pop.
your talent, Jerry.
Hey, Grant, I'm not gonna argue. Matter of fact, why don't you just go ahead, Grant? Why don't you, Grant, take us out
No,
completely?
no, go ahead, Jerry. I like doing it with you, Jerry.
Well, I appreciate you, Grant. So once again, everybody, you see the link up top. That will give you direct access to all of our past episodes. And guess what? Some of y'all don't know this. We got episodes that go all the way back to 2021. and you will hear us rocking out from day one. So once again, to all the people that's out there listening to us on the streaming, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate you guys in the other app,
Yeah,
and
Jerry, I
especially.
think you got some of this stuff where we had the old Kanye, right?
Hey, oh, why wasn't you in here when we was talking about Kanye 30 minutes ago? We needed you. And so listen, once again, special shout out to all the people that's co-hosting. Special shout out to all the people from day one. But a super, super, super special shout out to all the people that come in the audience, because we would not have a debate the news without you guys. Let's go. And we are landing. So we are done. So cut it off, guys. That is it. Kabish, kaboom. Appreciate y'all. Oh, man, that was it.